disappointed. It was a good performance. We found a team that defended really, really deep with the 11 players.
La. Hold that, bitch. Shut up.
Good evening, people. Good evening.
Good evening. Good afternoon.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Perfect. Here's McGinn. And Douglas Luiz makes it two.
Wait. Go back one.
What do you say?
Bring his face up. Full screen.
His glasses.
There's a reflection.
La. Hold that, bitch. Shut up.
Oh, that was elite. That was elite. That's one of the best ever. Oh, wow. Wow.
That's the Tottenham bird.
Wait.
What are you telling me? I knew Matisse over there.
I'm not involved. I'm not involved.
Oh, you're
I'm not involved. I'm not
involved.
involved. I'm not involved.
What can I
No round of applause for Mr. Thuggery.
No.
Elite.
We had a couple of hours. So they had a couple of hours.
Elite.
Elite, man. Listen.
Scully.
You only had a few hours to do that as well. You're a liar, Turkish. I thought we weren't getting that.
Yeah, I saw him pop up. I saw Toes pop up at the bottom, and I thought, let me just start the line now, and then make him think that he's escaped Thuggery. But
I knew I didn't escape. I don't really care, to be honest.
Escape to victory.
my friend, it's all mad. It is all mad. Happy New Year, though.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody.
What's happy about it?
Facts.
Don't be bringing your depressive.
Come on, man. Yeah, look, we say happy New Year to the subscribers, to the followers, to the watchers, to the man, the people, the women, the children. Happy New Year, man. You know what I mean? Don't worry about Toby's.
2023 is overrated, man.
Cheers.
What is that? Magnum? Why are you drinking a Magnum?
You got your super more. Cheers.
Okay.
Brother, listen, 2023 is overrated.
Happy New Year, man.
It's overrated, you know.
2024,
man.
2024 is the one. 2024 is the one. I'm telling you, that's the one.
Where should we start tonight, man? You know what I mean? Where should we start? I don't know where to start tonight. What do you reckon?
There's a hell of places we can start, bro.
We can start
places.
We can start over here. We can start down
bottom left. We could do middle right. We could do middle right.
You know what I'm saying? We can go anywhere.
Yeah, man.
We can do Potter ball, or we can do Conte ball. What should we do, Chris?
I don't know, man. Or we could do Pep no substitution ball. We could do anything. But personally, I think we could start from the top, innit? We saying
Big dogs, innit?
They're the big dogs.
Big dogs. Okay, let's do the big dogs.
Okay.
Because they're right now they're the big dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right now.
Matisse, Toes, let's start with the big dogs, yeah?
Say it.
To be honest, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We should start with the big dogs, man. Liverpool, you lucky. Yeah, is that where we're starting? Liverpool.
You got me.
You lucky. You.
How would you think was first? How would you think was first?
You see that war hat? That war hat was not ready
You got
for
me.
battle. You weren't ready for battle. You should not be smiling right now. You lucky. I've been calling that phase defender, phase rug, phase clang, phase banks, phase anything. That Leicester centre back, that little Houdini little bastard gave you 2 goals. You lucky. You don't deserve to be smiling. You should be.
What's his first name?
You should be in
Tell
the
me his first name.
You just chill out over there as well.
Yeah.
Talking about you just chill out over there. Talking about
everyone chill out. Everyone chill out.
After the game that I saw,
Don't let him do that, Chris. Don't let him do
after the game that I saw
the game.
you guys play against Nottingham Forest, you should be in the losing seat with me.
What do you mean? Do I look happy to you?
Ashford Grizz, it's not about looking happy. I'm saying you deserve to take an L. And GRIZZ's team did not deserve to take a W, but it's fine. I'm the only one in the loser's seat today, so I'll take it.
The sound of the
Look at you,
face.
depressed,
Whoop,
like.
whoop.
Get a grip, you lot, man. Get a
I mean,
grip.
everyone's
The cheek of you saying get a grip.
Toby,
You're crying on
get a grip
your
yourself,
watch
man.
songs most
Light
weeks.
it up. It's a
And now
new
you
year,
got
Toby.
now you got a
Get
couple
it.
wins under your
It's
belt.
January.
Now you got a couple
Conte's
wins under
gonna
your belt.
get his money. Oh wait, you're not.
Now you got a couple wins under your belt. You met Paul Scholes, and all of a
Listen,
sudden,
don't worry about my team.
all of a sudden,
I just watched SAEED for the last half an hour saying they're having a title charge in the second half of the season. Do you want to talk about that?
Talk about that. Listen, Toby.
You want to have a chat about that? United having a title charge, yeah? You're awfully loud for a 1-0 win at Wolves.
I'll give you 1 hour. I'll give you a 1 hour learning lesson of Casemiro, mate. So let's not go there, yeah. Let's not go there.
What's that got to do with me?
Toby, chat to me, man. But are we starting with where are we starting?
No, you go first. Because if I talk, people say, "Oh no, he's being depressing. He's doing this. He's doing that." So I don't want to. I want to let you guys get your opinion out first. So you got.
I don't know where we started tonight. We start with the big dogs. What are we doing?
Well, at the moment, there's only one big dog when we really look at the table.
Talk your talk. I saw your tweet. I think you should lead. You should lead, and we'll follow because your tweet it hurt my heart and soul. It did. I thought we were in this together. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? 8K likes on a tweet. What's going on? This brother has left the brigade. He said, "I believe. I'm sorry." What's going on?
I believe, innit?
What?
I believe
You can win the league.
well, we can win the league, 100%.
You're the favorites now. You're the favorites.
Well, I don't know. I still think Man City are favourites, but
Nope. Cams was right. Cams was right. Culture. Cams was right. Arsenal, today is your day. You are the favourites for the Premier League. No team has ever, from this position, not won the league. You are the favourites. I don't want to hear it now. That's it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I was happy to do this whole underdog thing. No, you're the favourites now. That's it. You're the
Man
favourites.
said you was happy. Where is it down to you, a Chelsea fan?
Yeah, man. I was doing the underdog thing the whole time. I was like, yo, Man City are going to catch up now. After what Man City did that over the weekend, you guys are the favourites, man. 100%.
This is tight now. And Arsenal are leading the pack. That's what we have to establish as well. Arsenal are leading the pack. They're in a title race, and this is serious now. Serious. No, but tell me, it is though. Okay, it is though serious. This is like I don't want to say, don't want to get you ahead of yourself, but yo, let's feel the energy. This is serious now. Arsenal,
it is serious.
Might win the league.
Yeah. No. To be honest with you, Turkish did on like that tweet was legendary. I saw it and I started laughing my head off. I was like, yeah, Arteta's a humbler.
Indeed. I'll cheers to that one as well, Grizz. Cheers.
Yeah, 100%. Because Turkish said, I finished my Vimto still, but you know what I mean. Cheers. But when Turkish done that tweet, I was thinking these two are gonna be fuming. Used to gonna be fuming.
Bro, I can't even lie. When I saw that tweet and I saw his stupid hoodie and the fucking thing, fam, I wanted to dash my phone across the wall. I just said, I can't believe this is happening, man. I can't believe this is happening right in front of my eyes. Because all this time I've been saying, fam, always fencing. And I cannot believe that now he's off the fence. It's to tear on a fucking title charge. It makes me sick to my stomach, man. It really does. When I saw that tweet, I kid you not, I wanted to throw my phone across the living room, man. It's nasty to see. And most of my friends are Arsenal fans as well. So, bruv, man, there's no
can't take this shit anymore. That was your response. I can't take this shit.
It's getting to a point now where it's unbearable, and you've not even won the bloody thing, bro.
Well, you know, some people lose it when they get a new manager. Some people lose it for top 4 battles. I'm choosing to lose it for a title charge. I think it's the right time to.
You're gonna win it, yeah?
Huh?
You're gonna win it?
Might do, yeah.
Okay.
Might do, yeah. But like SAEED said, it's serious. I like TOBS. It's serious, Matisse.
Serious, man. This is serious conversations we have to be having now, guys. Listen, they're playing unbelievable
Don't speak to me when we're talking about this.
Toby.
No, but Toby, you have to, man. You have to understand.
What did he say?
Don't talk to me about it, insane. But you can't.
I want to ask you a question. If you could change managers right now, Conte and Arteta.
We're doing this.
Oh,
shit. He's calling you outside.
No, I wouldn't
He's
take him.
calling you outside.
I wouldn't take him. No.
Oh shit! Turkey's
I
done a proper.
take Antonio Conte with money over Arteta. Yes.
Turkey's done a proper Happy New Year one, bro. A year to the day he asked this question. He's asking it again. Wow.
It might be a year, you know, as well, you know.
Look at Toby.
I'm
He
serious.
doesn't want to say it. You believe?
I did say it. I said I'm taking Conte with money over Arteta.
Oh, money. Oh, you
forget
add the
all
money.
of that because you
added the money,
ain't got money like that. I'm saying, who would you take right
Yeah,
now?
I'll take Conte. Conte.
Right now?
Yeah.
I would too. I'd be the same as Tobes. I'd take Conte.
What, over
That's
Arteta?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because we're 7 points clear. That might be the reason why you're saying that.
Yeah. He's
No. It's nothing to do with that. Like what we're seeing with Arsenal.
Last
is-
week he was riding Arteta, man. Now you changed.
Hang on, no, listen. At least hear me out. My whole point is, with Arteta, you're seeing Arsenal reap the rewards of a process. You all laughed at Arsenal when they said trust the process. You said process this, process that. Their process is paying off. If you were to swap managers now with Tottenham and bring in Arteta to Spurs, what would require them to get to the level they're at right now would be another 3 or 4 years of Arteta. Do they want to go through that? No. At least with Conte, give him a bit of money, you might get some instant success. Do Tottenham have time to go through the 3-4 year process? No.
What's 3-4 years to a team that's waiting 50 years?
But they've taken the route. They've chose their path. They've chose their poison. They decided they want the instant success. Throw the money. Bring in Conte, a guy who you think can bring in your first trophy. They have to stick with that now. They chose their poison.
You would think that, but are they going to stick with him? That's the question. Are they going to give him what he wants? That's the question. But Turkish asked the question. I answered it. I wouldn't swap Arteta for Conte. I wouldn't. You think Arteta's going to come to Arteta comes to Spurs? What's he gonna do with Spurs? Is he gonna turn Emerson Royale into Tomiyasu? Is he gonna turn that?
He wouldn't buy Emerson Royale.
Well, Conte didn't buy Emerson Royale.
No,
Conte didn't buy Emerson Royale.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
He didn't buy Emerson Royale. Conte didn't buy most of the players that F up on a weekly basis for us. Conte didn't buy Harry Kane, who stank out the joint today. Conte didn't buy Son, who's been absent all season. Right? So now where do we go? Right? My answer is my answer. I would still choose Conte over Arteta because I think Conte is a better manager than Arteta. Granted, Arteta's having his moment in the sun and he deserves it. He's doing a fantastic job with you guys, but it's not going to change my opinion.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll ask you again in a couple of weeks. We'll see how it goes over there in a couple of weeks. But let's talk about Arsenal.
You can ask whenever you want. My answer will still be the same.
But then I think that's a bit. I don't know. I think that's a bit digging your heels in a bit. Then
no, not really. Not really.
Conte leaves Tottenham with his tail between his legs and no trophies. You'd still say the same thing.
Conte's probably going to leave or he's going to get sacked. It doesn't change my opinion on the two as a manager. It doesn't change my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. Matisse, who are you taking? Ex-Chelsea manager Conte or new school Arteta?
He'll have fought him. Oh my days.
Don't ask me them questions there, big man.
What I rate about that is the fact that Matisse still rates Bounty. So I'll give you that, Matisse.
Bro, I'm just here yamming on my sweets, bro.
Bounty is flipping nasty, man.
Nah, I rate Matisse for that. I rate Matisse.
I just got my snacks, man.
If you eat Bounty, I don't trust what else you eat.
Yeah, that's nasty, man.
Tell me, bro.
This is for mature taste buds only.
If you eat Bounty, I don't trust what else you're eating, bro.
Yeah, don't just leave it there.
Yeah, but why can't you not answer a simple question? Like, man's asking.
I answer these questions. So
no, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Man started showing us his.
Listen, when you were asked very important questions, you started saying you'll never walk alone. Yeah. So let's not do this. Yeah? Let me answer however I wish. Tactical, GRIZZ. Yeah. I got my tactics. You got yours. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not looking for tactics right now. I just want to answer, man. I'm because this is ongoing. It's ongoing.
Ongoing investigation. It is an ongoing investigation. But I don't want to waste time with silly questions. I believe Arsenal deserve their praise. What a performance!
Yeah, no. The reason I ask you is because I went back to that video last January, I think it was, or maybe in February, where
it wasn't January.
I was posed the question.
No,
it was not January. Don't chat shit.
Was it February?
It was towards the end of the season.
No, it wasn't. It was when Conte flipped. When Conte flipped about when you lost the 2-3 games back to back.
So that's February then. February or March.
Yeah, well, I remember when I was posed the question, Arteta, Conte, two people switched off their their cameras. Obviously, TOBS was one of them, and the other one was Matisse. So I just thought, let me ask.
Interesting how you're trying to do clout coins on a manager that you never backed until recently.
That's
really interesting.
Well, I'm backing now.
Yeah, you have to apologize. You said, "Oh, sorry, I believe in the process," and now you're trying to do clout coins.
What
don't work like that, big man.
It don't work like that, big man. It don't work like that.
How does it work?
Like that, big man. I'm sorry.
You got to give a guy a chance to change his mind, though. You give a guy a chance to change his mind.
You had doubts throughout the guy's. You had doubts throughout the guy's tenure until maybe like the earlier parts of this year, and even in that period, you had doubts on whether he's the guy to actually manage your club long term. And you always used to say as much in the stream, and now you're trying to do clout coins with me.
Yeah, well,
after this is a guy that you wouldn't even have lost sleep if he got sacked at certain points over the last 2-3 years.
Your mindset was the same mindset as ours. We all three of us in this L shape. You see this L shape right here? Come sit with us. This is
GRIZZ can do that.
Can I pose a question?
GRIZZ can do that because he's an Arsenal fan who actually backed Arteta from the jump, right?
Let me pose a question from the jump. Yeah, okay. You know I rate Conte, right?
That's fine.
I've said it before. No, but I've said it before.
Yeah.
Right? Since we're bringing up old quotes, you know I've rated Conte.
Yeah.
When you asked me Conte or Arteta in February, midway through last season, what was my answer?
Doesn't matter, man.
I said Arteta.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, man. You are Arteta out, man. Doesn't matter,
bro.
Doesn't matter.
You have to normalize changing opinions as well.
Yeah, you can change your opinion, but you can't.
100%.
You can't feast upon it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. See,
hold on.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it.
If I said I'd rather keep Arteta than Conte, if I said I'd rather keep Arteta than Conte, I'm going back to a quote I said, a quote that came out of my mouth.
Yeah.
You got to let the chicken marinate, man. It's not even been 24 hours. You have to.
Listen, Turkish, you can do whatever you like, bro. Don't worry. Don't let me tell you what. If you want to do something, you do it. I'm just giving you my point of view, brother.
You're a nasty guy, Tobes.
No worries, good try.
Very nasty guy. I feel
Turkish, man. This is what it's like when you're on the top. They'll nitpick at anything they can. When everything's going swimmingly for you, they'll always find something small.
Hey. Let's calm over there, yeah? You're trying to give Turkish tips. Why don't you catch up to your team first, then give
why don't you go and get that?
We need your team to do a job. We need your team to do a job, and you're dropping points at home to Everton.
Yeah.
Cool. Say less.
Let's talk about
Listen, we've left 2022 behind. New year, new city, 22 games to go. It's all good. No panic.
You got responsibility.
But can we? This? No.
What, you want organization?
No, I'm asking you. Where we go with this?
No, yeah, exactly. Me and SAEED want some structure in the place.
Structure. All right, I'll give you structure.
I thought we were talking about Arsenal, so let's talk Arsenal.
Well,
let's talk Arsenal. Let's be serious.
The Turkish going to talk Arsenal, but I'm just saying it's scrambled, man. You're not 2 10.
Look at the performances, GRIZZ. Look at the performances.
No problem.
It's scrambled.
No, look at them.
Man said you lot are 2 tenths to me.
You're too much.
What should I be? Should I be happy as Larry?
No, don't be happy. Be angry about what you're speaking.
I'm sorry. This is not structure.
It's
the first day of 2023.
You're just shooting everywhere. It's hitting
the first
no
day.
one.
I was drinking. 24 hours ago, I was drinking.
You know what they're going on? Like, you know when you go into when you do your first what am I talking like when you do your first robbery? Like, how many people have got experience? But you know when you do your first robbery, you never carry that. You go into it, shoot everywhere, but you don't catch no one. You don't catch no one. You're hitting the walls and shit, right? That's what these lot are doing. Relax, structure it. We're talking about Arsenal now. We're talking about Arsenal now. Their performance, how they played. Let's heap praise, because that's what we should do. As humble as real football people, yeah. When there's praise to be given, we give the people praise. When there's someone to be cooked, then we're the first ones to cook. Right now, let's heap some praise.
However,
that's fine. It was Turkish that asked me a question, though. Remember that? It was Turkish that asked me a question. I don't have an issue with praising Arsenal.
We think you do.
No, I don't.
We think you do.
Yeah, maybe I do. Now what? You asked me the question, never the same.
Man, let's just forget your energy right now, because I don't like your energy, Toby. Yeah?
Don't say forget my energy.
I don't like your energy.
No. Stay out of this. I'm not talking to you. Turkish asked me a question. You're talking about Arsenal, and Turkish asked me a question. So
why would a let him speak to me like that? If he spoke to me like that,
he asked me a question.
You know what it is?
He asked me a
He's trying to
question.
come with this
How
New
you
Year
trying to
news
say that you just diverting the subject?
yo, if you tell me to stay out of it, yo,
chill. He asked me the question, bro.
Saeed had a great game.
nah. Big Six, we're equal here.
Ask me the question.
Saeed's been watching all of our games.
Don't chat shit. When it's time to give them the credit, as salty as I can be, I'm giving them the credit. Don't chat shit.
Did you see Grizz on the watch along, Toby? They were having a little dual watch along. Grizz was eating snacks on his phone, having a ball, and they want organisation. This is chaos.
Bro.
If you want organisation, then move the Big Six back.
Bro.
Move it back to when it was meant to be. 24 hours minimum after the game. I have had a night out and a shit performance all in the space of the last 24 hours, and you want organisation. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get organisation from me. I am pissed.
If you need my survival,
we're not going to get it from your team either. We're not going to get it from your team either.
Damn right. Damn right, Grizz. For Spurs.
Your club is a shambles.
Listen, you ain't gonna get it from. We're gonna come. We still ain't getting that organisation from Van Dijk and Nunes. We're gonna come there. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Yeah.
Listen, you 4 wins in a row. You understand? Mans are telling me.
I'm letting it go.
Since I sang "You Never Walk Alone," they needed my support. They needed my support. 4 wins in a row since I sang "You Never Walk Alone." You understand?
They heard you.
Come on, but you can't test me.
No,
the neck of you, Grizz can. The neck of you. Think of your team dropped on the weekend.
Anyway, that'll come. That'll come.
Back to Arsenal, man. Back to Arsenal.
And you know what? There's some truth in what Tobes. Well, there's a lot of truth in what Tobes said. I had a lot of doubts until recently. I tried to stay balanced on it, hence the on the fence comments over the last maybe 12 months, 18 months or so.
2 years.
Some people call it balance, some people call it on the fence. It is what it is. If there was a fence, it's well and truly smashed down now, isn't it? So we know where I stand now.
How convenient. Yeah.
You know where. But Toby, you're also, a lot of the comments tend to say, you're a football man. You got the highest football IQ here.
No, that's cap.
I'm saying what the comments are saying. But
you
also had a lot of doubts because you tend to put biases aside sometimes. So you also had those same doubts about whether Arteta could turn it around at Arsenal and do what he's doing now. None of us saw it because essentially it went bang like that. It was just one summer. Because at the end of the last season, it was a bit of the same old. All right, we got into a good position. It wasn't eighth. It wasn't back-to-back 8th place finishes, but it was getting into a good position and throwing it down the drain in a top 4 battle. That's what we did. Against Tottenham and Newcastle, we threw it down the drain. And it felt like, we missed out a big opportunity, Champions League money to really rebuild the side in the summer. But, all the celebrations came from the Tottenham side. And obviously, Chelsea made it and so on. Whoever else made it. But over the summer, the work Arteta done, the pre-season we had, the players that have come in, have elevated this team to levels that I haven't seen in 18 years. 17 years. Maybe 2023 now. Yes, let's say 17 years. That's the levels I'm talking about. Post Invincibles. Let's say the team where I saw Hele, Brzezinski, Fabregas. That was probably the last team I really looked at with Arsenal and I said, we can do something with this team. But even if I compare this team now to that team then, from top to bottom, this team shits on it. From goalkeeper to centre-backs to full-backs to midfield to striker to wingers, this team shits on that team. Yes, we had Fabregas, Hele and Brzezinski, but we didn't have a Saliba. We didn't have a Gabriel. We didn't have a Zinchenko, a Ben White. We didn't have a Thomas Potwell. Actually, wasn't Gilberto there? 07, 08. I think Gilberto was still
07, 08. You had Adebayor.
Yeah, Adebayor, but
Adebayor, Eduardo.
Yeah.
Nah, I think that midfield back then, because you had Nasri then as well. No,
Nasri was just after Hele and Brzezinski.
Fabregas.
No, Nasri was definitely there around 07, 08. I think.
Nasri was there. Nasri was there.
He might have been. But basically, in terms of a team, from top to bottom, from goalkeeper all the way to the forward, we haven't had as strong a unit as this since the Invincibles. That's a fact for me. We haven't. I love Fabregas, and Fabregas will always mean something to me as an Arsenal fan, even though he went Chelsea and won whatever he won, and he left us to go home, cool, whatever. But what I'm seeing from Odegaard 2 games in a row, class. All season, class. Partey, class. I know there was a debate recently about Rodri and Casemiro, and that debate stretches back beyond this season. But if we're talking this season, I don't want to hear Casemiro or Rodri with Partey. Partey is the best centre DM this season. This season. It's not 4 games, SAEED. You can walk off all you want. Casemiro's had 4 games. Look at the disrespect. We even have Liverpool out here turning their camera off. Well, you want to throw Fabinho into the conversation?
I don't know why GRIZZ is turning off his camera.
GRIZZ, why are you turning your camera?
Yeah, I don't know why GRIZZ.
You ain't got a DM.
His DM is nowhere near this camera.
I swear you've linked yourself.
This is a Rodri stand. GRIZZ, back up Rodri, please.
Wait. Why are you mentioning my name? I just want to get something and you're not mentioning my name. Keep on your names. Keep on your names. No, I didn't do none of that. Don't lie. If I've got anything to say, I'll say it. So please. Don't lie.
No, who's disagreeing that this season Partey hasn't been better than Rodri and Casemiro?
I think it's an argument, but for me, I would have Casemiro top. I think it's an argument when you look at the performances. I'll be very hard pressed to basically dispute your claim, but for me, I just rate Casemiro above these guys. I rate him above these guys. And I think the importance that Thomas Partey has to you, I think Casemiro has that importance to Man United. The same way where Partey is the glue for your team defensively, I think Partey obviously excels more on the ball. I think Partey is a phenomenal passer, whereas I think Casemiro is a good passer. But I think Casemiro for me is better defensively. It's better defensively than Partey.
Yeah, but hold on. Hasn't Turkish just said this season?
Yeah, this season. I'm talking about performances this season.
What's Casemiro been doing? Playing
golf? How many top games has Casemiro had this season?
Bro,
I think
the first 2 games,
Partey's been spotless this season, man.
Are we really just throwing Rodri's name out the window? He's not part of this at all.
No,
I'm coming. It's Casemiro versus Partey now, is it?
No, I'm coming there.
Wow.
14. Hold on. Why am I doing this? No, I don't need to do this.
We're 7 points behind Arsenal. Without Rodri, it's 12. It's 13.
14 wins.
Genuinely, I don't think you're wrong to make that statement. I would argue, I don't think you're wrong to make that statement. I think as the Arsenal fan,
why are you trying to put Casemiro as a bad boy? Casemiro is the best DM out of those 3, hands down. Right? He's number 1 if you're ranking them. But this season, Partey is for sure not clear, but
you said Rodri last week. Has 1 game changed your mind?
Yes, brother. Life's different. Life's different, bro. Every week, life's different.
He was sick against Brighton. That tackle made for the first goal.
Life's different, bro. This is what I'm telling you. No. What I said last week was Rodri and Casemiro debate, Hughie. No one mentioned Partey, but now I deeped it. Everything that we cuss about Arsenal is they're weak to play against. You can bully them. You can transition them. They've got too many lightweights in midfield like Odegaard and whatever. Partey is the reason for their stability. I know Ben White's been getting praise and Saliba and all these men. No, it's Partey. Partey is the one for me. That's me. I love a DM. Maybe
you just opened up a can of worms here because this guy here, this super chat is saying, take Partey out of Arsenal crumble. Take Casemiro out of United, and United is still all right. Have you been watching United? This is say it's subjective to if you've been watching United. If you haven't been watching United.
I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Yeah, Casemiro.
So this is what I'm trying to say. But again, from your perspective, Turkish, I 100% agree with you in terms of that's how you're going to feel. So,
but I also agree with you about Rodri. Rodri for me is the okay. I'm not flip flopping. Deep what I say.
All number 1 in your eyes. All of them are number 1.
You're jumping ships. Pick one.
No. Listen to what I'm saying,
man. Listen. Pick one, bro.
No, you have to listen to what I say, innit? There's a problem.
Listening.
You don't listen.
We're listening, and you were saying Casemiro, then you're saying Partey.
Okay. Listen to me very carefully then. Rodri is currently the best DM in Europe overall. For me, if I had to choose one DM, I choose Rodri. The best DM in the Premier League this season is Partey. And the best DM overall out of all 3 of them is Casemiro.
I don't know.
So make of it what you want.
That makes sense, Toby, to you. Does that, Matisse, I know you're
quite... Are we on the Big Six original channel? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn.
There's no time
they won 4-2. They won 4-2. Partey was brilliant. Odegaard was brilliant. Odegaard's pass was brilliant. I don't give a damn about this DM discussion.
Let's talk about Odegaard.
All about Turkish. Do you understand what I said?
All of the DMs.
What I said.
I understand.
All of the DMs
Casemiro
are
is
great.
legacy DM. Casemiro is a legacy.
I hear that.
Okay?
I hear that.
Okay.
I think it's a
Rodri-
conversation, but to suggest that any of them are head and shoulders above each other right now, I think everyone's going to have different opinions. Everyone's going to have different opinions because all three of them are fantastic in their own way.
Odegaard. Can we talk about Odegaard in terms of that 10?
He's a bad man. He's the best
performance
player in the Premier League this season so far. He's been the best player in the Premier League this season so far. I'm going to say that now.
Better than De Bruyne, you reckon?
Yes.
Yeah. Performance-wise, he's been better than De Bruyne.
Yes.
You know what? I give him credit. You know what? Hugh deserves some credit.
I don't think he's been the best. Has he been the best in the league this season?
I think so. Consistently,
absolutely. Haaland in with a shout. I
don't think he's been the best.
No. Listen, I keep it real. I keep it fully real. Haaland scored goals, but he has games where he's not effective. He's effective, but he's not playing well. He's not contributing enough. He scores a lot of goals. I think in terms of overall contribution to the way Arsenal play, it's Odegaard. Everything runs through him. He's the man. Haaland's my man. I love Haaland.
I think Thomas Partey's been just as good as Odegaard, in my opinion. I think he's been just as good as Odegaard. I didn't switch anything. I said I think Thomas Partey has been just as good as Odegaard. That's what I said. I don't agree that Odegaard has been the best player in the league. I'm saying I think Thomas Partey's been just as good as him.
So, but do you think? But then, do you think Partey's been better than Casemiro and Rodri?
I think he's been better than Rodri. I don't know if he's been better than Casemiro.
Whoa!
Let's just stick on to Odegaard though. No, forget it.
To me, that don't make sense.
Why doesn't it make sense?
Y'all need to watch the time, honestly.
Don't worry, we'll get Chelsea in tonight.
Y'all are not focusing, concentrating today. You're all over the place, talking about DMs and listings. Why?
I said this.
Why?
He's stressed, He's stressed.
When are we going to talk about Odegaard and his passing? Now, let's talk then. Because this guy,
start off.
No, because the pass that he played needs to be given some respect. It deserves a segment because the pass is ridiculous. It's literally ridiculous. He's playing. I thought he was playing as a 10, initially earlier on in the season. He's not really. He's playing as like a right-sided 8. He's still getting back. He's still doing the defensive work. Yeah. So all of that credit that we give to midfielders when we say they're given defensive, work rate, like Kevin De Bruyne, Hugh's spoken on it many times, the engine. This guy, he's not your fancy, free will number 10 with some sort of license to do whatever he wants. No, he's working his socks off as well. And that's what's so impressive about him, because I remember, I think, was it Turkish who's talking about Ozil and on AFTV? I can't remember who was talking about Ozil, but yes, he's giving you the creativity Ozil's giving you, but Ozil off the ball was kind of like a weak point. He was basically a passenger at times. Yeah, he was a luxury player. This guy, this is your perfect creative player right now. And it's tough for me because it's for Arsenal, so I don't like to see it. But all the hype that he got going to Real Madrid at 16 and going to Real Sociedad, you have to respect it, because this guy got given all of the pressure from a very young age. He's captain of the national team. He's been able to come into this team, and he's even been questioned by Arsenal fans as well at the start of his tenure. And now he's captain for Arsenal. I don't think we're deep in just how mad it is. He is leading Arsenal right now to a title race as captain. Nah, I'm sorry, I didn't see this coming. He's a quality player, but I did not see this level of this level of performance and leadership is ridiculous. I'm sorry, it's mad.
He's the ultimate team player.
I'm just going to say very quickly. I'm just going to very quickly say I'm back in that. I'm back.
Mad.
Everything that Matisse said. Me and Matisse are the real football men on here.
I think for me, I see these qualities even when he was scoring goals. I don't know what people are saying. I know, listen, goals and assists, they look good on your stats and whatnot. But this guy, he passes the ultimate eye test. Like, he's the ultimate team player. You know what I mean? He makes other players play better. And yes, he won't get the mad assist that everyone wants. But in terms of a system on what the manager wants, he's perfect.
But can I say something?
Turkish assisted the season so far.
Turkish, can I ask something? Turkish? When he was made captain, what was the Arsenal fan base's reaction? And was it Arteta that made him captain? And was it a surprise?
No, I know a lot of fans, including myself, wanted Tierney, but Tierney's injury at the end of last season kind of put a dampener on that, because you can't give your captaincy to someone that's not reliable in the toughest of times in the season. So the next in line, when you look at our squad, a heavily refreshed squad over the last 2 years, the next in line, and Odegaard was definitely up there. And as soon as he got made captain, I think Me definitely. I understood it. You know.
Oh, you was with it. You're backing it, yeah.
Yeah, because look at our team, Grizz. What other options do you have? Xhaka, who was captain, then he got taken off him. What happened? He's turned it around, but he's not going to be given captaincy again. Then you look at Ramsdale, Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, Zinchenko. They've all just come in over the last 18 months.
Yeah.
Partey, but then at the toughest times across the last 2 years, he's been injured at the end of the season. Odegaard's come in, high expectations from Young at Real Madrid, under the spotlight. It didn't work out for him. But like Matisse said, you get goals and assists for a second. Even if he ain't getting goals and assists, he's leading the press. He's working his socks off. He's getting back and making tackles. He's putting his body on the line. He's part of that unit we have now. Odegaard, Thomas Partey, and Granit Xhaka, credit to him. That unit is solid. We can't afford to lose one of them out of those three. The only game we lost this season was against United when we didn't have Partey. You know, so I get what Tobes is saying about Odegaard, maybe Partey's, you know, deserves some shine as well. They all deserve shine right now, Arsenal. Odegaard's got 7 goals. Martinelli's got 7 goals. Saka's got 6 goals. Xhaka's got 3.
I think the Odegaard thing is a little bit of recency bias personally, because I think like literally since the World Cup, your last 2 games, he's been your best player, right? I think he was your best player against he was your best player. Who did you have at home? Sorry, your best player against West Ham was quality then, and he was your best player against
and the game before the World Cup, he scored 2 goals.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think there's some recency bias there, but I also think he deserves a lot of praise. And I think with Odegaard, there were times where like there were certain games where like sometimes he'd let the game go past him. But the one thing that he does offer Arsenal, which he always has done, in my opinion, is control. Like he don't really play like a 10 for Arsenal. He's not a 10 in that system. He's a 4. He's playing as an 8, right? He's playing as an 8 with Granit Xhaka. And for me, I've always felt like when you stack him up against some of the other players that plays in these positions, the only player in the league outside of your Kevin De Bruyne that I would have put above Odegaard is Maddison. I've always rated Odegaard higher than say someone like a Mason Mount, and I've rated Odegaard higher than someone like Bruno Fernandes, because Odegaard controls a game of football and can be decisive in his passing as well. So props to him for sort of bringing out his potential, because I think there have been one too many times where a player of his caliber, like you're not showing the quality that you can show for Arsenal. Like you're that good and you need to show more of it. And I think now he's shown more of it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
More of it, 100%. SAEED, do you want to say something?
No, I just think he works, complements the system. And like I said, with Arsenal, 7 points clear. I mean, people said, you know, I know City will make it into a title challenge. I think it's not over yet, but what a position to be in, though. 7 points clear. And like I said, Arsenal, this is a real title challenge for Arsenal. And, you know, maybe this is a time now where Arsenal have got to get the checkbook out, get the Mudryk, whoever you're getting. Because like I said, a couple of numbers in there and you solidify it. Because again, couple of numbers that come out, it's not the same team. Take out Partey, get a midfielder in there, get a forward. And listen, man, it's a real possibility.
And you got to remember as well, listen, I was definitely one of them. I said there's a couple players in this team that if they get injured, we could be fucked. Obviously, Thomas Partey is one of them. Saliba's another. And Jesus was the other. Jesus got an injury 1 game he played in the World Cup, 3-4 months out, just our luck. And Eddie stepped in and Eddie's done the job. But not only him, Odegaard continues to step up. Saka continues to step up. Martinelli continues to step up. Second youngest team in the league, 7 points clear. I know Man City are in somewhat a transition period. That's what I'd probably call it with Man City. They lost a few key players in the summer. Maybe not lost, sold, got rid of. Maybe that's the better way to put it. Haaland comes in. Their style of play has to change to suit Haaland. It's not necessarily that free-flowing style that I'm used to seeing Man City. It's a bit different. It's a bit more like the Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland show for me, outside looking in. Obviously, when we talk about Man City, who can give his opinion on that. So this is our chance. This is our chance. Who's to say what happens next season? Who's to say what happens in the summer? The amount of money that's spent year in, year out from these teams. I look at where we are now. 7 points is a 3-game swing. And it's still early days, but a 3-game swing at this point is a big task. Of course, Man City have been there and done that. They've had to come back against better sides in the past. with a bigger points difference. What I just doubt is, are Man City the same side that did that those years? Are they the same quality and level that can put a 10, 15 game winning run together this season? I'm not too sure about that.
I think they can definitely put together a run, but we said this in the summer. They're definitely not as potent as they used to be, and that's with adding Haaland into the side, because I feel like they've lost quite a lot of dynamism in the wide positions, man. In the last two summers, they've lost last 2 or 3 summers. Sorry, they've lost Sterling, Sane, and Jesus. Nobody can tell me otherwise. That the best version of Man City was when they had Aguero up top, they had Sane on one side, and they had Sterling on another side. Now, when we watch Man City play, I think it's a bit predictable what Man City are going to do to a certain. It's a bit more predictable what Man City are going to do. Only difference is some of the players that they have out wide, in my opinion, they can't do some of the things that the other players used to do. And I think where the goals have sort of shifted over to Haaland's side, okay, Haaland's scoring all these goals, but what about the other wide men? The Man City that we've seen to dominate titles, their wide players are getting 15, 20 goals, right? How many goals has Grealish got this season? How many goals has Mahrez got this season? I think the highest goal scorer outside of Haaland is Foden.
Yeah,
Are we moving on?
No, we've got the super chats to do as well.
So like, listen, I still think Man City are going to win the league. I think even though they have maybe like a difference in playing style, they still ultimately have the quality to do so. And I think just to go back on Arsenal as well, unfortunately, I do think that if Arsenal can keep all of their players fit, they can continue this run of form and can actually maintain a challenge. But I think what is techie for Arsenal, you saw it in the last 20 minutes of the game. When Arteta made those subs and certain players came into the Arsenal 11, it started to look higgy. And if Thomas Partey, if Partey's been fit all season, but Partey in the last 2 seasons has only played 25 games, if Partey goes down, that's a problem. That's a big problem. If Mudryk doesn't come in, that's a big problem. If Emil Smith-Rowe doesn't fix his injury problems, that's a big problem. So it's all good and well saying Arsenal can compete for a title. Yes, in an ideal world, Arsenal can compete for a title if everyone stays fit, but we know football doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and equally, we can say we're going to move on to City, but you can say the same for City as well. If
you can say the same for City.
Haaland goes down with an injury, there ain't no. I know Alvarez is a good striker, I get that, but he's not Haaland.
Nah,
he's not Haaland.
He's not Haaland.
And De Bruyne as well. Obviously, Foden stepped it up this season, but yeah, the same can be said for Man City. But let me get into the super chats because I've got over 40 here, and we're already 42 minutes in. There's 9.5k in the building. We're closing in on a record. I think record was 10.3k. We'll see if we do match that. But big up everyone that's here watching live. Hit the like button first and foremost, people. Big up the sponsors, Manscaped. TB620 is the code. If you want 20% off Manscaped products, go and grab that. Use the code or use the link in the description. It'll automatically be applied. And make sure you show some love to the team. HUGH, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, MATISSE, and THUGGERY. All channel links in the description below. Big numbers tonight. So make sure their channels go up as well in subscribers. And make sure you're subscribed here and the official Big Six channel. Big Six Extra will be later on this week, probably after game week 19. Because the games are coming thick and fast, it's hard to kind of slot them in between game weeks. But yeah, let's look at the super chats. Shout out to Matisse for heading the first Legion of Doom meeting on Saturday. Didn't have any Spurs representation though. I heard about that. I popped in for a little bit.
Yeah. It's crisis, man. We have to have a chat. It's fine. We got it sorted.
We're doing fireworks now. New Year's was last night, bro. 10 p.m.
What are you doing in London, man? What's going on, man?
That's the parade, innit? It's the Arsenal parade, innit?
The Gunners are
starting early.
Because Steve wrote in the chat, where's the Arsenal parade? And it must
and I'm just winding up. It's going to wind him up even more.
Steve is giving me, and this is why we had to have the meeting. Steve wasn't able to attend, unfortunately, but it's fine.
I love this.
Steve is giving me the same aura he gave me when he told me he was going to win the Champions League. Now, you need to follow up on what you're saying, big Steve, because if you don't win this, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm leaving London. I don't know about Tobes. I'm gone. Like I'm not sitting through this shit. You see them fireworks that you're hearing in the background? That's the Gunners. That's the gunners are gunning outside, fam. So I'm not sticking around for this shit. So Steve, you better handle your business. You know what I'm saying?
And it's so funny as well because Steve is, as I said, Steve and GRIZZ have been backing Arteta throughout, and now Steve is in this weird position where Arsenal are his direct competition.
Yeah.
So now you notice he's going at Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
He's having little digs at Arsenal and stuff like that. Now that Arsenal are his direct competition, let's see what he has.
But
to
see
say
how
about
I'm still saying the same.
You just sent a shot his way minutes ago.
You're staying the same.
No, that's not a shot. That's not a shot.
That's why.
As soon as I'm
staying the same, you're staying the same because you have basically resigned yourself to the fact that you're not winning the title. That's why you're staying.
No. So therefore they should be. So therefore they should be our direct rivals for top 4 place. Then in that case, but I'm still showing bare love and respect.
You ain't. Oh Lord Jesus! You should.
Well, I'm not.
Who?
Yeah. Say it. No. Say it. Wait, hold on. Shut up. Say it, Matisse.
You should not
say it, Matisse. Say it. No. Say it.
You're not gonna finish ahead of Arsenal, are you?
Say it, man. What you was gonna say? Forget what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say you can't really be saying Arsenal are your rival for top 4, can you?
Are they not? All right. So you're not saying they're not winning the league?
I don't think they are. I'm praying that they don't. Every day I wake up, I pray.
So therefore, if they're not winning the league, they're in a top 4 race, according to you lot. There.
No, because there's points gaps. There's points gaps and there's context. I'm just saying, I pray every day I wake up. I pray.
Okay, so you're saying a team like Liverpool. Yeah, I'm just saying what you're saying.
What team like Liverpool face?
Hold on, I'm telling you, innit? I'm telling you. I'm about to say it. A team like Liverpool
can't be trusted either.
I'm just saying, man. So a 14-point gap against City, which is one of the greatest teams of all time. We caught up. You're saying we can't catch up Arsenal 12 points, and you lot calling them, yeah, they're playing well, but they ain't winning the league. Make it make sense. What you lot saying?
Man.
This is not. I already said.
I'm doing it. No, bro. I'm doing it, Saeed.
I already said to you months ago. I already said
on a normal weekend, I'd agree with you, GRIZZ. On a normal weekend, I would back you. After that performance, just drop.
I'm just saying. I just want your answers. I'm not saying. I'm not saying I'm right. I just want your answers.
I already checked. It's 15 points, by the way, not 12.
GRIZZ, I said to you months ago, I don't think this Liverpool team is capable of doing what you just said, which is putting together that.
No problem.
So
I'm just reminding you. No problem. I'm just reminding you.
GRIZZ, man.
No problem.
Yeah.
Back to the super chats. Good evening, TOBS. First tossing now. Emery is giving you high. Spurs need to gym until they have no neck like you.
I've got a neck, mate.
Mr. BP. I think you might need to change your name, my guy. Just Mr. BP, I'm going to call you. Because this is all mad. I can't be saying this sort of a name. Question for TOBS. Are you starting to realize that you was probably better off with Jose? And also, do you still think you man won the transfer window?
The first answer for the first question, no, definitely wasn't better off with Jose. And second question, when did I say we won the transfer window?
When you were
What's
singing
wrong with people? They paid to lie. I don't understand it.
They paid to lie.
They paid to lie.
When you were singing Antonio.
Let's just move on, man. Let's just move on.
Yeah, good days. Life's different.
Ray says, if Arsenal are 10, 13 points ahead of City around February, March, but finish second at the end of the season, would that be considered a failure? Spurs are in the mud. I do think so. Yeah, 10, 13 point lead in February, March. To lose that would be an almighty collapse. So, yeah, I agree with that. Let me save the ones on other clubs when we talk about other clubs. Let me see. Saw Matisse's stream. He knows we ain't favourites. You should be happy. You want City turning this into a farmers league. Somebody had to step up. Interesting. Haaland scores a lot of goals. However, I think City have less attacking threat with him in the side. They're too one-dimensional and predictable and reliant with him in the team. Not as dangerous as before.
I think it's so easy to say that, man. A lot of people have been saying that this week, and it's such an easy argument. All the players have to step up, man. Toby said it.
I'll talk on City when it's our segment.
40 super chats. You won't get time, sir. You won't get time.
Deek says, TOBS, Arteta humbled everyone. Accept it and you will be forgiven. Hugh said he would take Arteta when Pep leaves. Matisse, panic meeting turned into infighting. I need to see this stream, you know. Yeah, big up Aston Mac as well. Big up Aston. Hope you're good out there in Orlando, my guy. And family all well. You had a good new year. He says, our players are world-class and our manager is elite. Unlike you lot, we won't kick a Spurs who can't win with Conte, or a Chelsea and United who spend $250 million a season to barely scrape top 4. Saka, Odegaard, and Ben White are the best in the league. I assume you meant by the Ben. But love for the super chat as well, my guy. Very, very nice donation from you towards the show. So love for that. They didn't believe in my boy in Ketz, a Norwegian who's a player of the year shout, and it's not the Manny one. And Gabriel Martinelli is having a better
Gabriel
than Saliba low key. Yeah, I get that. Both have made mistakes. Both have come at different times. But to be honest with you, I'm happy with both of them this season. Blue Moon says, listen, I'll be honest with you guys. Until we're 15 points behind, I can't see Arsenal winning anything. No offense, Turkish. Your fan base are deluded. Well, we will see, my guy. Make sure you're here. Where are we? Know Toby's stubborn, deluded, silly, and will never change his opinions. Does anyone else on the panel think Kulu is better than Saka? I did say that at the start of the season when I was on the show. I did say that, but obviously Kulu's been injured a lot since, and Saka's really stepped it up, including the World Cup with England. So I think opinions change, and I think that's a bit unfair on Toby, because Toby actually he does change his opinions and kind of.
People just want to lie, man. It's fine. Don't worry.
No worries.
It's what it is.
I won't worry too much. I'd rather doubt till proven wrong than hype someone up and not be able to admit you were wrong. That's from John Wayne. Gentlemen, this is serious. We're gonna have 12-year-olds with too much power running wild on social media. They're already unbearable. We are done, boys.
And they're most on social media, man. I think Arsenal are clear on social media, man. So yeah.
You're not far behind. Aston again says the pretend London clubs are salty. The king has returned and London is red again. You love to see it. We do. Tobes, you literally said you have an Arsenal agenda in your stream an hour ago. Have some shame, big man. Came to Bayern, say goodbye.
Or we're going to talk about the departures possible soon.
Yeah. Game King says, as much as I'm pinching myself at how the season has gone so far as a Gooner, I still say City are favourites as their squad knows what it takes to win a Premier League. And here's Big Steve's one. When's the parade? You man dug up Wenger and created an ultra movement in a week. Mad what being top after 15 games does. Keep it going. I like this though. This shows
mind games. The nervousness. Mind games have started.
The gauntlet has been laid. Wow, fair enough. I can't believe this.
He's put it on you, man.
I feel sick.
No worries, man. Me and Steve head to head at the next studio meeting. We're gonna have to do that.
Yeah,
Big Six channel.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
I love you.
I remember when I asked Tobes earlier in the season, are Spurs' performance sustainable? And he gave me a thank you for the super chat. Now I'm back again.
Wow.
What Spurs doing sustainable?
Mate, I don't think it is, but I try to give it time. When we get onto Spurs, I'll explain. But thank you for the super chat again.
He's had you on there, he has.
Dragon says most Spurs fan base success of Arsenal. They would be calm if Arsenal was 8th right now. However, Arsenal being bad during Spurs' golden era got them man celebrating underachieving mediocrity. There's truth in that.
I don't think there is truth on that.
Yeah, there is, because it's like you're so. Remember earlier you said you can't believe I've kind of changed my. Well, you can't believe the time that I've changed my tune is for a title charge, whereas over the last 6 years you finished above Arsenal. It's like you've never really been close. You've never been close to the title, but you've still been extremely happy with how the direction.
No.
Post Champions League final, you haven't. But up until the Champions League final, you was happy, bro.
Up until the Champions League final, we were finishing 2nd and 3rd in the league, Turkish. Of course I'd be happy.
He wasn't challenging for the league, though, really.
We were challenging for the league. We challenged for the league in Poch's second season. And we were actually in cup finals and semi-finals. Of course, there's way more optimism than there is now. Back then, to be honest, I couldn't really care less what Arsenal were doing.
Wait, can you name the seasons? Because you didn't challenge in the seasons that we won.
I'm talking about the season with Leicester. I'm not saying the season.
So one season. So one
season.
Yeah, I don't know about you challenging for that one.
That was pretty.
Of course we did. Of course we did, bro.
You were there or thereabouts.
Come on,
that's
man. Yeah. If you're gonna be disingenuous, then I'm just not gonna continue the conversation. It is what it is.
Did we challenge for this league that season?
You did challenge for the league that season. You did.
Nah. I guess there's the difference, though. There's the difference. I don't feel like we really did, bro. Yeah, we beat Leicester.
You did. You just fell away towards the close. You fell away, and then it was us and Leicester, and then Leicester went ahead, and then that was it. and then we just fell away, and then you capitalized on us, and you finished second. I think we did challenge. I think we did challenge for the title then. To say we didn't, I think that's a bit harsh, man.
I don't know. I can't say what you think anyway. Partey went off at El Nene and we conceded 2 straight away, says Marcelo. Luckily, one of them was disallowed.
Thanks.
I'll save that United one from KV for later. Actually, wait, it's on Partey as well. I've watched United. You man was still all right with Ericsson. Partey has us first. What are you talking about, Saeed? It's only because he used to play for Real Madrid. You man are breading him.
All right, cool. I'm not even going to entertain it, but yeah, cool.
If you go on PPG so far, Arsenal are on for a 100-point season. Well, that's what Pep alluded to, but yeah, it's about getting the job done. Real ball talk. Hope you're good, my guy. Family, all of that. Big up the panel as always. Sorry, G. 2008 Arsenal were better. Sanya, Gallas, Fabregas, Gilberto, Rosicky, Heleb, Van Persie. Van Persie was too injury prone them times. Adebayor, yeah, Adebayor was banging them in. Top until mid-March and made the Champions League semi-finals. Fair point. Maybe I'm forgetting it's so long ago now, and all those years in between has really made me starve for what I'm seeing now. Mid says Saka and Martinelli will be the best right wing and left wingers in the league within 2 years. Good luck catching up the rest of the big 6. Just save this one here from Cool Guy. Partey this season has been better than Rodri, Casemiro, but overall, I'd probably give Casemiro the edge. But it is a close one. They got Ryan. Hope you're good. Aaron says it all come down to whether Arsenal can keep their nerve. If they can, they'll win the league. Very good point. We had to do it against Brighton after Man City dropped points. That's, that's part of it. The mentality is a big part of it. That's a Tottenham one. LJ says, Turkish, you need to watch Matisse's stream. That Liverpool brother was cooking Matisse on his own channel.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
I need to watch this.
Why would you pay to lie? We were in harmony, in unison, building a plan against the evil common enemy, and you come here to lie. That was a very
you were stressing. You were just
that
stressing.
was a very
you were panicking.
peaceful, productive stream. Hugh was there. He can vouch for it.
You get him more money, Matisse. Why are you stressing, man?
Huh?
You get him more money anyway thrown at the project, so you don't need to stress anyway.
Honestly.
Yeah,
they can play shit. They can play shit. You don't deserve to win. They'll get shiny new players.
You know what? Yeah, you guys don't deserve to win any trophies anytime soon with this salty behavior, man. You don't.
Cool Guy says, wishing the panel a happy new year. Happy new year, my bro. It is worrying to see the progress Arsenal are making, but the league would be boring if City kept winning each season. Always appreciate good competition from a good team. I do agree with that. City were taking the piss out of the league. Well, they have been taking the piss. They might still be taking the piss. The league's far from over. But it'd be nice to kind of throw a spanner in the works every once in a while, to say the least. In terms of super chats, I have got a few more, but they're on other subjects. So I'm going to save them for the other subjects. Listen, people, we got 9.95K in the building. We're closing in on 10K. Make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to everyone. There is predictions too. It is Arsenal, Newcastle. And we're not going to dwell on it too much and talk about it too much because we're already nearly an hour in and we still got other teams to talk about, other results to talk about. You already know what it is. I'm going for a 2-1 Arsenal win against Newcastle. It's at the Emirates, Hugh.
1-1.
1-1.
Are you saying that, Hugh? Are you saying that just because you want to say that, or do you think that will happen?
What are you laughing for? I'm being serious. Make your prediction.
Okay.
Wow. Fair play.
Talk to him, Hugh, man. Chat to him. New plan, bro.
All right, good. I'm going to go with Arsenal to win 3-1.
3-1. GRIZZ?
Where's the game?
Emirates.
Everyone's tensing up. Yeah, go.
2-0.
2-0.
Get one of these 2-0 rights. Fuck's sake.
TOBS?
I'm going for 3-1.
3-1 as well. Matisse?
In fact, I'm going for 2-1.
I'm sure you said Matisse.
Yeah, Matisse just too slow off the mark.
1-1.
Yes, Matisse.
Oh.
That's it, boy.
Trying to get the energy in for the cool. All predictions are in. Listen, we have hit 10K now, people. So love for the love. Listen, it's like our second or third show back after the World Cup break.
Mad
and the
numbers.
numbers and the support and the love, it hasn't, gone unnoticed. 2023, we hope to deliver a big year to each and every one of you, content-wise, link-up-wise. We're going to try and do a few, to say the least. I won't call it a meet and greet and all of that shit, because we're just football fans like you guys, but I'll call it a link-up. A big six link up. So look out for that. Follow the social media channels on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok at the Big Six Show. And yeah, keep up to date with all of that. And big up New York. We should be hitting New York next summer. That's still in the plan. So if you're out in New York, make sure you shout me, people, and shout us. That's it for the predictions. On to the next one. What's the next one? Well, the intro dictated the next one. TOBS, Tottenham 0, Aston Villa 2. Yeah, it just gets worse.
Yeah, man. It's the beginning of the end. Honestly, I think been in this situation too many times in the last 4 or 5 years to know like what's coming up. Today, the stadium was toxic as I've seen it under previous managers, where shit has just hit the fan.
I didn't know you went.
Yeah, man. It wasn't nice, man. Like substitutions were getting booed. Full-time boos, half-time boos, not much singing. It was just, yeah, man. Like I feel like it looks like a manager that's losing support from the fan base like rapidly. Not from me personally, but he's losing support from the fan base, and we're seeing a team that are losing the possibility to finish in the top 4. Now people say, "Oh no, yeah, you're 5th. Oh, mathematically still possible." Yes, it's going to be possible. It was mathematically possible under Jose Mourinho at this point in time. It was mathematically possible last season and some of the other seasons we've had. But when we're playing the way we're playing week in, week out, and dropping the points that we're dropping, in the end of the day, if this squad isn't changed, if something isn't changed, then we're not going to get Champions League football, bro. We're not going to get Champions League football. That's the crux of it. And when we're talking about the blame game situation, yeah, I think Conte is definitely culpable. I don't think he's the only one, but I think he's massively culpable, man. He's so inflexible. He doesn't want to change. He doesn't want to change his philosophy for anybody. He doesn't want to change anything. Like he plays the same formation, a variation of 2 formations, no matter who we're playing, no matter how the opposition have set up. You can see from a mile away how the game's going to go, and yet he plays the same setup, and it just invites the opposition to sort of set up traps that hinder us from doing what we need to do to make that system work. And he's not maximized this squad. Like I've said many a time on the Big Six, I think his use of the squad this season has been really poor. He's overused and overutilized so many players, or a specific group of players, and he's left too many players out in the cold. And then when we need those players to come into the team and give us performances, they're rusty, they have a lack of rhythm, and they're not able to play to the level that we need, man. It's just not been good enough for a manager of his caliber. I'll be real. Like it has not been good enough. And you know how much I ride for Conte, but bro, man, it's not been good enough. Today I'm seeing Jed Spence come on with like 3 minutes of normal time to go to play right wing, when you're bringing on Emerson Royale to play right wing back. I don't really understand it. When we're 2-0 down, you're bringing on defenders. It don't make sense, but that's the issue with him. When shit goes wrong like this, it's not just the manager. Like our fans, listen, I'm guilty of it too, because I did it with Jose, and I think I was rented with Jose. But in this specific situation, when a manager's done what he's done in such a short space of time, how can you put the blame solely on Conte? When you look at the team, go and look at the bench that we had today. So we had Bentancur, Richarlison, and Kulusevski. We had 3 players injured, right? 3 first-team players injured. Go and look at the bench we had today. We had Sessegnon, Pape Matissa, Tanganga, Emerson Royale, Jed Spence, Davison Sanchez, and Fraser Forster. Like, that was our bench today. So we knew if the first team weren't able to get it done against Aston Villa, we're cooked. We're finished. And then when you look at some of the performances today as well, Son was terrible. Lloris, I love Lloris, but it's done. Like, it's finished now with Lloris. Like, I said it on it's finished. I said it on my stream.
You always gassing him up, man.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's been brilliant for us. Why wouldn't I guess?
That was a big statement, though, Tobes. Let's not underplay what you just said. You said
Yeah,
he's done.
You said he's finished.
He's
finished,
yeah, he is. Genuinely, he's done.
All right. So
He's done. He's done. He's done at Spurs. I think. I said it on my stream. I think you see that line with Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight when it goes, "Oh, would you like rather die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain?" With Lloris, genuinely, I think we're now in a position where he's more of a hindrance on the team than a positive. Before, it used to be the other way around. He used to be such a positive that even when he made some of these mistakes, I could forgive them because it's like, you're doing a madness for us most weeks. Now he's more of a hindrance than a positive, bro. And it's not just him as well. Kane was terrible today, bro. Yeah, the whole thing is a mess. Whenever we're in this situation, I hate talking about just one person because it's not just one person. It's everything. It's everything, bro. And it goes back to what was said at the closing stage of the transfer window this summer when we were rating our transfer windows, and I was saying, bro, like, all this talk on, Spurs are going to sign this 150 million cash injection, X, Y, Z. We didn't sign two centre backs. We signed one, and it was a Barca reject on loan. We didn't sign. We didn't get rid of Emerson or Doherty, bro. Right? January transfer window comes. We're asking Conte to sign a new deal, but yet we're telling him you still have to work within our way of doing transfers. It don't make sense.
I think if you're gonna back Conte, you have to back him all the way. And you don't. The way that you guys are running it, it's like you want to go with young players with resale value, market value, which is fine. But those players are probably gonna be on a learning curve and are gonna make mistakes. And Conte is a very much win now manager. So it's like Conte. I've never really seen Conte do a development or a project or a long-term stint. He's always done go in, get the job done, win, and get out. So that already is a clash between your recruitment strategy and his managerial style. So from that moment, when I was seeing those quotes and the way he's trying to fake that he kind of will allow this to go on, Conte is not gonna stick around any longer than he has to, because he simply doesn't need to make his reputation deteriorate at Tottenham. Yeah. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it at all.
I think his reputation has already taken a hit. Just over the past couple of months, I think his rep has taken a hit. And in my opinion, if Spurs aren't willing to do the necessary to fix our defense or try to fix our defense to the best of their powers in January, I want him to walk, genuinely, because what we're doing here, I genuinely want him to. If they don't do that, walk, my guy, walk, because you don't need to do this. We don't need to play this chicken and egg game. What's the point? We're just wasting time here. And I'm already preparing myself for him leaving. I don't think he's going to sign a new contract. And I'm looking at our next 3 fixtures. If we don't get new players in, and the same players that are injured are injured, we have Palace away on Wednesday. We have Arsenal. We have you guys in 2 weeks' time, right? And then after that, we have Man City away. And then after that, we have Fulham away. Yeah, I can see 3 losses in 4. And we're already one win in our last 5 games. We're now entering a territory where I think this club they're gonna have grounds to sack Conte. So me personally, I'm preparing myself for Conte to walk or get sacked. I don't think it's the right decision, but I think it's gonna happen.
Where does that leave you then? Where does that leave you then? If you lose Conte, who do you bring in? It's a much bigger rebuild on that than just losing Conte. Top player is going to want to leave. The whole project collapses. It's a complete brand new start. Do you not
your guess is as good as mine. Once Conte leaves, I'm done. I'm actually done. Like,
you're changing club.
No, I'm not changing club. I'm saying I'm done.
What do you mean by that?
Newcastle.
In terms of expecting anything like, this season at the start, I said, oh yeah, 3rd trophy, please do whatever. Like, once Conte leaves, that's it.
I love.
Let me ask you again. It's been a massive disappointment, hasn't it? I agree. It's been a massive disappointment. Like, when you're bringing Conte, you're expecting a massive raise in standard. I thought you had a decent transfer window. I feel like I've got egg on my own face a little bit. I'm pretty sure in the predictions, I'm pretty sure I said Tottenham to come second, and you've let me down massively.
I don't mean to.
I said second. I always said to you, second was a reach. We're never gonna be second. Never.
I thought I was making a big brain play. I thought I was showing big IQ.
I don't mean to lump on, right? But Toby is very good at pointing out when I get things wrong. You said to me you're going to win a trophy and you're going to come top 4. Are you taking those statements back?
I am now, yeah. I'll hold my hand up. I was wrong.
Toby, man.
What do you mean?
I was wrong.
This is a time for the board to act. Hold on a minute, yeah.
Tax it to the game.
Message for the board. The board needs to act now. Listen, Toby, I know you're down. I know you're pissed off. But for me, the energy needs to be on Enoch and Levy.
So he's trying to rally up the troops. This ain't green and gold until it's sold, mate.
Toby here, but you guys are not good guys, man. You talk spot Toby, yeah. I'm gonna say something, yeah. Because I used to do all these protests. I'm gonna give you some advice. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean, it's a bit of banter protest, but we got some of it done, yeah. Listen, yeah. Enoch, Levy have to get the money out. You're never gonna get a better manager than this.
That's my point.
You're never ever gonna get a better manager than Antonio Conte. So this board have got to back him. They need major investment. Hold on.
SAEED, it don't work like that down there, bro.
SAEED, go on, now to you.
You got Ed Sheeran playing, have you?
It don't work like
that. Is Ed Sheeran gonna play the protest? Please don't play Ed Sheeran. You have to be serious with this one. You know, we can't be having expression meetups and that. You know, we have to be serious. The protest is happening. It's got to be a serious one.
AJ Tracy, fam.
We need we work crocky.
Bruv, yeah, it needs to be. We want Levy. I need to do a Turkish.
We want Levy out. We want. You have to be serious.
SAEED, you're forgetting. You're failing to neglect one thing, right? Okay. When Conte came, what did I say here? I said this is great because if he bangs, it means that the club are moving in his direction and they're throwing money at him. And then if he doesn't bang and they don't give him what he wants, it further exposes them. What club in their right mind gets a man who was always asked and needed 100% backing and say, we'll back you 60%. You have to work our way. You have to make it work our way. It don't work like that. And you're saying, okay, do a protest. You're right. I think once Conte leaves, that's the final nail of the coffin as far as
no, but that's happening now, though, Bobby. That's happening now as well.
SAEED, but that's what I'm trying to say to you. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You keep saying it has to happen now. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere.
SAEED is a believer.
I'm a believer, man.
He's a believer.
You can believe all you want.
I'm a believer.
I believe that they were gonna. I believe that they were gonna do the necessary, and I don't think they've done the necessary, bro. So you keep saying I'm a believer.
Gives you more ammunition. Gives you more fuel to the fire.
To do what?
SAEED, this is like doing a presidential campaign, but you're so many votes down, and you're not getting any of the surrogates and none of the bro. It's done.
What's that guy from Power, man?
You're moving like Bernie Sanders right now. You're trying to do that speech for America. Put the guns away. No, it's not happening.
Conte, I'm not obviously people will say, well, people will make their jokes.
Rashad Tate.
Yeah, people will say people make their jokes about saying, oh, Spurs are not a serious club, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. But the minute Conte leaves that door, they've just vindicated everything everyone said. This is not a serious club. The fact that we're even talking here about this guy getting sacked and leaving before the likes of Emerson Royale, the likes of Matt Doherty, the likes of Davison Sanchez, it's a joke.
Can I say, are you not getting a bit ahead of yourself getting sacked? I don't think Levy's got the balls. I don't think the fans would let him live if he sacked Conte. I think Conte walks before he gets sacked. Conte ain't about that.
He could easily get sacked. What do you mean? What do you mean?
What
do you mean he ain't got the balls? So let me tell you. Let me tell you.
No, you've told me something. Let me say my opinion, and I'll let you speak for 15 minutes. Then just
go on.
So I don't think Levy is in a position to be able to get anything remotely of the caliber of Conte. I think Levy's got himself in such a shit corner. It's unbelievable because, as I've said before, he hired Conte on the premise of knowing what Conte's about. Us lot know what Conte's about.
Facts.
We know Conte's not about taking over next man's team. Conte hates that. He ain't got time for some of the players that you got there. Even if they've been performing well, he wants his imprint. What does he need for his imprint? Money. What does he need for his imprint? Backing. Levy came out in the first window. Was it the first window or was it the January window where you backed him, got Kulusevski?
January.
Players. Was that Conte's first window?
Yeah.
Didn't he have the summer window?
No, it came that November.
No. Sorry, he had this summer, not last summer.
This summer.
That's what I'm saying. So you had this summer and January. Yeah. So you bought him nicely. He thought sweeten him up. We gave him Kulu. We gave him Bentancur. Who was Perisic? Was that all in one window?
Basuma as well. This one.
No. I'm talking about the first window, man, innit?
Yeah, just Kulusevski and Bentancur.
Kulusevski and Bentancur was the January window.
The January window, yeah. So they sweetened him up nice, no problem. There's your two good buys. Everyone appreciated it. When they were supposed to go really big on him on the summer, they gave him Basuma, no problem. But it seems like from the outside, just from the outside, that Basuma's not even Conte's boy. The amount he doesn't play him, only in an emergency, like he's got no other midfielders, he's playing Basuma. And they've given him a whole heap of others. Okay, Richarlison's unlucky. That's injury, that's pure unlucky. Yeah. But what else have they done to back him for him not to be fuming? It's like, I hear what you're saying, he can sack him anytime, but on what grounds?
Yeah.
Like Conte's saying every press conference after every shit performance, Conte's saying, yeah, they tried their best, but this is their level. Which is he's saying there's shit.
Yeah, but GRIZZ, but there's two things there. I think one, Conte needs to be more accountable. Conte needs to be more.
I'm going to get there. I'm going to come there as well.
Yeah. I'm saying he needs to be more accountable for the team's performance, because fundamentally we are playing terribly against any opposition we come up any opposition we come up against, and that's definitely within his remit. You can set up a team that can get us playing better against some of these sides.
Why five at the back, Toby? Why five at the back every single game?
Yeah, I'll get to that. So, but the point GRIZZ is making around the summer signings, like Conte got Perisic. Conte wanted Perisic. Like my issue with ENIC is they do something to sort of get you 50% there, 60% there. Like they give you ample reason to believe that, yep, we're going in a positive direction, and they just take it away from you. Romero is the only good centre back that we've signed since Alderweireld, and we've had Sanchez since then. We've had Joe Rodon since then. Eric Dyer has played central defensive midfield, right back, centre back, left back, everywhere, and he's still there. Like, we all knew that the defense was an issue. They were scouting two centre backs all summer, and we only end up with one, and the one has actually done relatively well. Lenglet's done relatively well, but let's be real. We know Lenglet is not the dynamic centre-back that Spurs need. We know that. Right wing-back was an issue in the summer, and the club knew what type of right-back Conte needs, and they already knew his reluctance to play the likes of Brian Hill, to play the likes of Pape Matar last season. Why did we sign Jed Spence if we're going to waste this guy's time for 6 months? And
that was not his signing. That was not his signing.
But that doesn't. But again, it goes back to my point. What does this club actually want to do? What do you want to do as a club? What do you want to do as a club? You hire a win now manager. You don't give him 100% win now squad, right? It doesn't make sense.
You're like a baby version of
That's what I'm saying. Daniel Levy must be a really, really good salesman. He must be able to sell ice to a snowman, because I don't know what Conte was sold, what he was told. When have we ever known Tottenham to really back their manager? You know, give them whatever they want, all the utensils to go on and be successful. And we know that's exactly what Conte requires. Any team he's built that's been successful, as all the lads have said, it's been his entire imprint. He gets exactly what he wants. Spurs have never done that. So it was a kind of a strange appointment from the off that Conte even went to Tottenham.
But we all thought it would change. We all thought it would change.
Yeah. Just a final point on Conte, though. I think for me, he doesn't help himself, man. This is a guy that I hugely respect in the game. But five at the back every home game. Like, bro, against a Villa team that weren't attacking in the first half, same approach. I'm like, come on, mate. Come on.
You're right. It's ridiculous. And that's what I'm
saying. The biggest point, I agree with Toby, what you said was the opening line. It's the beginning of the end. I genuinely believe this is it, mate. 100%. And especially whilst Pochettino is lurking in the background without a job, but the pressure is going to build from everywhere. The pressure is going to build from everywhere.
You know, don't get fooled, Tottenham fans. Just because Pochettino might make you feel better, the situation is going to stay the same.
Nobody's getting fooled. Trust me.
No, but there are Tottenham fans that will do, because they'll think. Hold on a minute. They'll think that get rid of Conte and then we'll bring in Pochettino. We'll feel better. Still,
no. Have you got no youngsters coming through? Have you got no youngsters in the attack? In under 23, under 21, nothing. How do you not have one attack on the pitch?
2023 are still speaking of Scarlet.
No, but how many subs? How many subs are named? How many subs are named?
It's like I can't remember, like 8, 9 subs. I don't know.
Man, nearly, and he's got no one attacker.
But to be fair, we do have 3 attackers out. We have Lucas who's a scrub, but we have Lucas, Richarlison, and Kulusevski out. But still, the point of the matter is the squad quality is not good. And on Saeed's point around Pochettino, I think once Conte leaves, like I said, that will be the straw that breaks the camel's back for a lot of people when it comes to fan trust with ENIC. I think that will be it. That will be it.
Are you gonna demonstrate? You have to protest.
I demonstrated last season. What did it lead to? I demonstrated the season before. What did it lead to? What did it lead to?
Keep going. Look at.
They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere, bro.
Do you want my help?
To do what? What are you gonna do?
Saeed's lend use bed sheets. Saeed's lend use bed sheets. Spray paint on the bed sheets. ENIC out and all that kind of stuff. He knows all about that.
Listen.
We can move on. To be honest, it's just
It's
and
also, I was gonna say Matisse did a good protest, and they left straight after that. So Matisse, you did one as well, remember?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Tottenham, so I won't
Bring in the protest experts.
I just think I think whilst he's here, because I don't know what the vibe is, but whilst he's here, he just fundamentally he needs to help himself. Yeah. He needs to help himself and just use this squad properly and just.
He's too stubborn, Tobes. He's not going to help himself. He's too stubborn. That's how he operates. Give me my way, or I ain't changing my ways. I'm out. There's two ways with him.
Today, 2-0 down, and I'm still seeing 3 centre backs on the pitch, and I'm seeing.
Today was ugly. I said it straight away. When I saw your team, I put in the group. When I saw your team, I said, "Oh my God, the state of this Spurs team." And it was one of the worst performances I've seen.
They play like that all the time.
That's ugly, bro. No wonder brothers stress, man. No wonder. Now I know how Toby feels.
There's 2 minutes, bro. It's been like 3-4 months of this. Like, there's only so much you can take. There's only so much you can take. How many times can I say, "Oh, the performance is going to get better. Oh, he's going to do this X, Y, Z." It just needs to get to the point now where this guy just needs to get new players. If you're not going to give this guy new players, then boy, he should walk.
Yeah. Facts. Now Toby spoke truth, man. Fair play.
Can't believe Tottenham just got that amount of time. Anyway,
nice therapy, Matisse.
Tottenham, they do it, bro. They're like this every year, bro. I've heard this sub story from Toby every year.
Yeah, exactly. You have.
What's the difference?
And why hasn't it
and put it somewhere else?
Turkish, let's move on to Chelsea, please. Or do you want to do?
And then move on to Chelsea City. Some super chats have come in.
Cool.
O'Malley says, "How has a team with 80% of the same players from a relegation-threatened Newcastle last year to top 4 this season, playing convincing football? Conte needs more blame."
Agreed. Big facts.
I did mention Eddie Howe last year.
Darwin says, "Hulking, Tobes, twerking. Matisse stressed and depressed. Arsenal on top. Turkish, it's like old times. Come on, you Gunners. You will never walk alone." Come on, my guy. Toby is saying that Conte to Spurs is like putting a Ferrari engine into a transit van. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what that means, but
he's saying Conte is a Ferrari and Tottenham's a transit van.
Whatever, man. Yeah, go on. Whatever. I don't care.
That's the best way to move on, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Kevin says, "Tobes, you're always 1000% confident with North London derby win at Spurs home ground. Is it the same this year? And big up everyone and happy new year."
No, it's an L. When do I say that? It's an L. It's an L. What do you mean? What the heck? Are you seeing these performances? Are you seeing these performances?
Bro, I just my head was just thinking like, damn, like you just said no.
Okay. It's an L, bro. It's an L, bro. Bruv. When have I been shy to say that we're gonna beat you at home, even with worse sides? It's an L, man. The way we're playing right now, it's an L. It's an L.
Messi says Conte deserves time and patience. Once he gets his players in, they can play 9 at the back and I can keep watching them to fall asleep. Ryan says, "Tobes, would you take Thomas Tuchel if Conte walks out, or dare I say gets sacked? As I agree with you, if Conte goes, it's a long day for Spurs today."
I would love
Thomas Tuchel.
I would love Thomas Tuchel if Conte leaves. But again, we're asking for a man to come here and work under an ownership that isn't designed to make any of these managers fully successful.
Listen, haram.
Tuchel wouldn't go to Tottenham. Tuchel would never go to Tottenham.
They're both haram, man. You know what I mean? Haram football, haram football. They're both haram, man.
These men keep copying all of our ex-managers, yeah, and they keep thinking they're gonna get the same shit. You see, are you seeing this? Jose, Conte. Now we're talking about Tuchel. Stop. That's enough.
That'll break Matisse's heart, man. That'll be the last straw. Lucas says, "Tobes, we go again at Palace. As much as everyone can blame tactics, there's one constant, and Levy is to blame."
We're losing at Palace as well, man.
HW says, thoughts on Basuma, Tobes? I don't think Conte leaving will be bad. To be honest, the project coach suits the squad. Conte's too rigid and creates headlines. Basuma,
devoid of confidence. He just stinks right now, man. It's not the same Basuma I'm watching. And I still have faith that he'll get back to the Basuma that I know, the Basuma from that I watched at Brighton. But yeah, like it's today, him and Højbjerg, they were spooky, man. Very, 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 very higgy performance.
Cal says, cons in the name, mate. Do Spurs fans really believe boring football is worth a dub? Couldn't be me personally. Come on, you Gunners, and big up Turkish as always. We've got another one here. Jerome says, Tottenham is a joke of a club, and if Tobe says anything less, he's delusional.
I'm not objecting.
Nando's FC got cooked on this. Good evening. We've got a couple of Chelsea ones.
Is that from your stream before?
It's me, yeah, it's pathetic, bro. Some of these kids, they got too much time on their hands, but whatever, man.
Man, you got fans, bro.
Bro, it's nuts, man. I'm glad school's back next week. They got too much time on their hands, man.
Tobes has got his own virgin army. Man. Can you imagine?
Bro, you think I'm you? I could never be you, mate.
You've been called a nerd a few times in this chat, and now you got your own virgin army.
I don't care. I don't care what I've been called.
It's beautiful.
You'll always be the leader of the Virgin Army.
Nah, bro. It's you now.
Darwin says, Tobes, don't lose what little hair on your head over spuds. Matisse got some therapy. Gremlins in the mud. Come on, you Gunners. And Liverpool.
What?
I don't get that.
He's a Liverpool and Arsenal fan.
Darwin, son of Arteta.
That's hilarious.
Oh man.
We got Crystal Palace Tottenham to predict, but since we was on the Nerds and Virgins talk, we got Manscaped TB620 20% off.
This show is sponsored by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waist grooming. Listen up, nerds. If you don't want to be virgins and don't have your balls looking like gremlins, use the code TB620, manscaped.com.
That was too smooth.
Come on, people. Show some love. Bringing you the content, bringing you more content this year. Use the code so they know you're coming through us. And yeah, show some love to the show by showing some love to the sponsor. Prediction, Crystal Palace Tottenham, Tobes.
You're on mute, bro.
He doesn't want to give his prediction.
2-1 Crystal Palace.
Wow, you're Tobes has gone into his pina colada. He's gone into his pina colada mode, fam.
Yeah, go on, Matisse.
Who's at home? Palace.
Palace, yeah.
What's your injury situation like? Anyone coming back or anything?
I don't know.
I should have done homework. Yeah,
done homework. Yeah.
All right, safe. Say no more.
Yeah, 2-1 Palace.
Yeah, that sounds about right, man. I'm going 2-1 Palace as well.
2-2.
2-2, SAEED.
Fuck, I don't even know what to do, man. I swear. I'm going to go with 1-1.
1-1. GRIZZ.
Yeah, same. 1-1.
Because Palace can be good. Palace can be...
1-1. So a couple 1-1s there at the end. We're going to move on to a 1-1 of Matisse's own. And off the back of that, Chelsea play Man City next. So we might as well make it more about Chelsea, Man City. And I know a lot of Chelsea fans in the comments last week moaning because we don't talk about Chelsea enough. I'm surprised you want us to talk about Chelsea.
No one said we want to talk about Chelsea.
In the comment section of the last one, you'll see people saying, I don't know why I watch Chelsea. They don't talk about Chelsea.
Real Chelsea fans.
No, but this is what I'm saying. You man only choose Chelsea when we're on our down.
I want you to talk on because I don't want to say it, but like in fact, I do want to say it. You're actually shit. And the thing is,
wow. So you're gonna talk for 30 minutes about Tottenham.
No, I want you to say. I want you to
may as well just run the show, innit? Like,
I want you to say it.
Leave?
I want you to say it because you're actually cheeks. Like the only difference between us and you today.
Yeah, you would recognize.
You got a jammy goal. Literally one of the jammiest goals I've ever seen.
You know shit when you see it. So I'm glad you're calling it out because it is shocking.
You're actually cheeks, and you spent 8 million on that squad. You're cheeks.
Damn straight. Today was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. Even in the first half, when we dominated possession, we still didn't actually play that well. And it's funny because it was basically the same team that played against Bournemouth. So I was happy with the team because I was like, don't overthink or don't overchange. But the roles and the positions and zones everybody was taking up was completely different. Mason Mount was like throwing himself far forward into some Neverland region of front three / pressing with Kai Havertz. Zakaria was floating around the half spaces like some sort of central attacking midfielder. Pulisic was dropping deep. Sterling was just out on the touchline, getting chalk on his boots, getting bodied.
What happened to Potterball?
Brother, listen, I don't know what ball we're playing. Do you know what I'm saying? I just know it's not good football. That's all I know.
How long's he been here?
You know what you are, Matisse? You know what you are? You're a spoiled brat. You Chelsea fans, you're spoiled brats. You're giving out about this guy saying, where's the Potter ball and where's this?
Did I ask where the Potter ball is? No. Don't make no accusations. Who asked where the Potter ball is? That was SAEED. So direct.
You're saying I don't know what kind of ball we're playing. You're saying
we're not playing good football. That wasn't a good
game. The guy
game.
is in the club a wet day. He's inherited a bunch of bums. There's no identity in the team.
Hold on a second. Do you think you
at least contrast your direction with Tottenham's? Your guy's going to get backed. Toby's guy's not going to get backed.
I'm talking about this game, Hugh. In this game, we did not see football. Okay, we did not see Potter ball. That was what. Don't let SAEED's little.
Don't expect Potter ball.
Don't let SAEED's little. You see, SAEED. Look, SAEED did this. You see what SAEED did? He drove a wedge in between Oil brothers. There was no
you Oil boys.
Don't let SAEED do this.
Spoiled brat and all that. I thought you talking to each other. That's Spider-Man talk there. But listen,
I'm not spoiled.
No, but you know what I mean. You've got a lot of money, and you know what I mean. You've done
what, Mr. 1 billion spend? Who are you? Talking about?
Exactly, man.
Relax.
Come on, man.
Relax. Don't let him do that. Okay, I'm talking about this game. This game, it was poor. This game was bad.
No, but I need to know what style of play this guy is, man. Because
I told you already. Okay. You keep asking me this every time we get to. And in fact, it's funny because you were the person on this panel that was so ready to see the back of Tuchel because Potter was going to come in and change everything. And the first couple games that we won, you was on Potter like a madman. Now we're going to talk about it. What's changed? I don't know what's going on in terms of this performance. I'm only going to talk about this specific performance because Chelsea 1 minute can play good football and 1 minute can't. This game, as I was saying, everybody was not occupying the zones that they're strongest in. They weren't playing in areas where they're used to, where they're able to actually get to grips with the game. Zakaria, like I said, is in the half spaces. He can't dribble. He can't shoot. He can't pass in the final third. It doesn't make any sense. My thing is with this performance is, cool. It wasn't working in the first half. We got a fortuitous goal. We took the lead. Second half, Nottingham Forest came out differently. Fair play to them. They came out there mid-block. They started pushing us about, giving us problems, creating chances. They would actually say that they're unlucky not to win. And I would agree with that. They actually probably deserve to win on the balance of play. Potter's substitutions. I'm not looking for every single game great football. We're still early couple months in, right? He still has to have his transfer window, even though, yes, we spent a lot of money. That was Tuchel's players, and I don't know what happened there. Let's talk about the substitutions. You're bringing in Conor Gallagher again. Conor Gallagher is not going in a double pivot and doing shit when you're 1-0, when you're looking for a goal. Conor Gallagher, if you're going to bring him on, which I wasn't even a fan of anyway, because I thought that there was other options on the bench that could have come on. If you're going to bring on Conor Gallagher, why is he not coming on higher up the field to counter press, to try and win the ball high up the field like he does, and try to score, to take shots outside the area? That's what he does. Why is he coming on in build-up play? He was giving the ball away for fun. Everybody, by the way, before he got on was poor. Mason Mount, outside of the goal, non-existent. Jorginho, poor. Zakaria, poor. Koulibaly, poor. Azpilicueta, poor. Sterling, poor. But if you're going to try and change the game as a manager, at least bring people on in positions they actually thrive in. And that is the issue. He didn't do that with Conor Gallagher. And when it comes to Aubameyang, you know, he had his one chance. He didn't make the connection. It is what it is. But for me personally, the team is just, I know what I'm getting with this Chelsea team for the rest of the season. I'm this close to writing out top 4. I'm waiting for the window to open. But if we don't, I'm waiting. I'm on the TOBS in a minute. I'm telling you. Look how many points we're behind. I can't seriously
throwing money at it. Think it's going to change and all that.
Well,
man.
Bro, as you can see, he's bringing in different people in recruitment.
Does he even know he's bringing in?
Yes, I do. Christopher Vell, Joe Shields, former Manchester City guy. Hugh might know him. Do you know what I'm saying? There's people coming in. So yes, Chelsea's initial period, they had to just get players. They didn't have networking done. They didn't have, contacts. They got rid of the hierarchy. Yes, the first window was a little bit all over the shop. That is to be expected when you have an ownership change. You might find that out soon if you get your job done, Glazers out and whatnot. Let's see over a couple years, like Hugh said, if there's actually been serious progress. But right now, a lot of short-term pain. Hopefully, there's long-term gain. But I'm not
I
gonna.
take back what I said. I take back entirely what you're not a spoiled brat. I really like what you just said there, because you're like at the very beginning of where Arsenal are with their process. It's short-term pain for long-term gain. It's what the direction you're going in is. You can't expect a huge amount. These performances and these results, they don't come as a huge shock because there's no identity.
No, I'm not. Sadly, not. No. I'm shocked that we didn't beat Nottingham Forest. I don't feel like we should ever rock up to Nottingham Forest and play like that, regardless of whether Potter's got his players in. You still have to do better as a manager than that. You need to make much more effective substitutions, and you need to see that the way that your players are occupying certain zones, it's not working. So instruct them differently or make changes earlier. But like I said, Nottingham Forest, fair play to them. They deserve credit, man. They're in the relegation zone. They play well.
Asleep, you know.
I'm not asleep. I'm awake. I'm agreeing
your
with
season needs to start Thursday, Matisse.
Yeah, no. Do you know what it is?
Matisse, handle your business. Give us the points
on Thursday, man.
I wanted to come in. I wanted to come in at the right time, and I feel now is the right
fucking cheats, man.
Because
they're shit.
No, do you know what it is, TOBS? Because I think they've got a massive decision to make to see if they've actually changed the culture and identity of this club. So what we know about Chelsea is, as soon as anything goes wrong, you sack the manager, spend £300 million in the summer, and bring in a new manager. That's it. And then the circle continues and continues, right? I don't know if you're in a position to do that now. Matisse will know more, and
Absolutely
I want to ask him, are you in a position? Because last decade, any manager in Potter's situation would be walking a tightrope right now. Yes or no? Do we all agree? He would be
under the previous ownership. I don't think they would have hired Potter in the first place, to be fair.
But check this out. This is why I want to see if the new ownership has got a different mindset, because he's still willing to buy willy-nilly, right? And we all I questioned the Koulibaly, and you lot all jumped on my neck at the time. Do you remember?
You got that one, but the Aubameyang one, you got wrong. Aubameyang, that was bad.
You're right.
Sometimes good, sometimes
maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah.
You're right.
Now,
fair.
So Koulibaly, I said, look, he's going to struggle in this Premier League, and he's not looking like a Premier League competent defender right now. I still rate him as a centre back, but the whole mixing up Zakaria, I didn't rate him at the time, and now what you said is absolutely true. He's not elite at anything, right? Gallagher, say no more. You're looking to buy Enzo Fernandez, 120 million. You're looking at Declan Rice, another, circa 100 million, yeah?
70.
Nah, it's not
okay. I'm talking euros. Euros.
Why are you doing euros when we live in England? What's going on?
Yeah, you do that for Nunes, give and take. But what I'm saying is, do you see any structure? Do you see any planning moving forward, or is it same scrambled buying? If Potter, very quickly, Mr. Land, if Potter can't change anything, because now the first 3 wins out of the way, I just checked out his last win was in October. 3 draws, 3 defeats, and a win against Bournemouth the other day. That's not good enough, man. And now you're playing City twice, I believe. You got Arsenal on the horizon or something.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Liverpool. I think we've got Liverpool as well. So
yeah, but we're rubbish. Forget us.
So
I'm
for me, right,
the tough to hard games. You got some hard games as well.
Chelsea at the moment have put in people in positions that we have not had for years. We have not had a technical director since Michael Emenalo, right? When he brought in Kevin De Bruyne, Mohamed Salah, Eden Hazard, Courtois, Lukaku when he was 18 from Anderlecht, etc. We've been going with Marina and Petr Cech, who was, I don't know how important his role really was. So since Todd Bowie's got here, he has literally made sure that Chelsea, from a recruitment standpoint, are able to pick up players before they blow, so to speak, right? We're trying to get Andre Santos from Brazil. We don't usually when was the last time we picked up a player from South America? God knows when. That's what Manchester City are doing. They're closing deals with South American players all the time. We're trying to get players before they're worth 100 million, before they're worth 80 million. Now, Enzo Fernandez, we're doing that, yes, because we need a midfielder that starts today. But Andre Santos, Carney from Aston Villa, those are futures. I don't know why you're shaking your head, Toby, but we'll get to that in a minute. We're buying players. We're trying to bring in players for the future. Fofana from Molde. So you can see that Chelsea are trying to build a under 23, under 24.
There's a plan.
Team. There is a plan. So it's not scattered. It's not like we're now in the summer, that transfer window, we were replacing Rudiger. Let's not forget the context. Christensen, replacing Lukaku, replacing Timo Werner. So yes, we're going to have to buy some starters. Yes, we're going to have to spend a lot of money on a lot of players to just literally replace what we lost because of previous failures from the old regime. So when you consistently keep chopping managers and changing managers constantly and bringing in big money signing, money signing flop, then you're going to have a cluster of big money signing flops or big money signings that suit different systems and don't make sense. The point is to stick with Potter, like you said. And even if Potter doesn't work out, what I would like at the end of this is that you've removed all of the players that don't suit Potter. You've brought in the players that do. You have a young squad. The age is down. And then if Potter is not good enough, then we can bring in a manager and say, this is similar style. You can play with this type of brand of football. And you've got a young squad that's got talent. And
my point at the time was this is a scattergun approach, and I listened to your opinion then, and I'm listening to it now. But wouldn't it have been better to spend that 300 million odd that you spent on experienced players? Whatever. I said, why not start building then? Because now you've brought in all those old players or experienced players, and you needed to replace the experienced players. If you knew if there was a plan, to me it doesn't sound like a plan. I'm sorry, because the plan should have started then. There and then. So you spunk 300 million on X, Y, and Z, and they play X, Y, and Z, right? Formation, he doesn't know. Now he's settled on a 4-3-3, whatever. Okay. Now you're suggesting that now you're going to look to spend another circa 200-300 million pound, right? And you're going to have to move out the other players. Yeah. It's just, I mean, is there no financial fair play, lads? I'm not up to date with the rules because we don't.
We're debt free.
Liverpool don't roll like with financial fair play. We don't spend money, so we don't know.
We're debt free from what people keep
saying. So are you looking to spend 600 million in 2
windows? But it's not about being debt free. It's about because I think it's over a 3-year period. Over a 3-year period, you're not allowed to make more than a certain amount, like a loss of a certain amount. So are you going to be hampered by financial fair play here with all this spending? Because
I'm not financial fair play expert. I'm Matisse. But from the journalists that I speak to, that are informed, they say there's nothing to worry about. I've had them on my channel. They said nothing to worry about. So I sleep. I sleep at night peacefully. No FFP problems. If we get a transfer,
I don't think nothing's gonna happen to you.
If we get a transfer ban, I've had transfer bans before. I'll live.
So can we actually talk about like the lack of balance in your team? Because the attack is really concerning. If I was you, the attack is concerning. I think you've only scored what, like 20 goals? The 20 goals this season or something like that. Like today, you were second best pretty much from start to finish against the worst side in the league. Like that happened with Spurs in the League Cup a couple weeks ago, and I was concerned. Are you not concerned with your multi-million-pound squad? Raheem Sterling, Kai Havertz, Kovacic, Koulibaly, Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is probably one of the few players that could hold
the best player.
That could hold their head up high today. Like everyone else, below the standard, bro. Like
I am concerned, 100%. And for me, like I said, there's no excuse for not dominating Nottingham Forest. This is Nottingham Forest, regardless of where you are in any P word, you should be taking Nottingham Forest to the sword. But I've been concerned. Do you know what I mean? From before the World Cup, that's why I was happy for the break. Now I'm starting to miss the World Cup. I'm not going to lie.
So can you admit that you guys suck?
I think there's problems.
That's what you were like. Yes, we suck right now.
Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to hear.
That could have saved this whole conversation.
I think there's problems up front. I mean, if Aubameyang is doing what he's doing there, mate. I didn't want him.
I told GRIZZ I didn't want this guy. He's a mercenary.
Aubameyang, mate.
Listen, Aubameyang is looking like he's washed up, but again, we're talking about a 90-minute performance where you've only created 2 genuine chances to score, and one of them was courtesy of one of the worst deflections one of the worst and most unlucky deflections you see that fell kindly to Sterling. Your team.
We have to look at Graham Potter as well, like tactically as well. His setup,
terrible, bro.
It's terrible. And like I said, I'm not saying, talk about his job or whatnot, but right now, I just looked at Chelsea. I thought, have they even created a chance here? Like, apart from that Aubameyang, how did they go 1-0 up? I was thinking to my head, and it was like that, literally that fortunate chance that Raheem Sterling had a tap in, and they never looked like scoring. With all them array of talent, with all the talent you've got in your team, nothing.
When I did my preview, I mentioned Zakaria and him playing next to Jorginho and how I feel it's a little bit of a problem because yes, you're sticking with the same team that did well against Bournemouth, but if Zakaria ends up in half spaces ahead of Jorginho, that's not really his game. He's not a box-to-box midfielder. People are calling him a box-to-box midfielder because he's got P&P. But if you're not good in one of the boxes, then you're not a box-to-box midfielder. That's the whole point. So I would like to see at some point whether he can actually hold and sit, and someone actually more creative would play next to him. Even if he was to play next to Kova and Kova was to try and progress the ball, then we might get somewhere. I would rather that than to see Zakaria floating around in Kevin De Bruyne position. So, but that's for Potter to sort out. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's for Enzo to sort out, right? Because you're going to spend 130 million and he's going to come and solve all your problems.
Yeah. Money solves a lot of problems in this world, Toby. It does, you know.
I think it's a proper shit way of doing things. But credit to you, you can do it.
Ain't no way, Mr. Casado and Bellingham is chatting about this now.
I just think it's a shit way of doing it. But no, credit to you, I would do the same. I'm saying I would do the same. But I'm just saying, man, this is what spoils fan bases, though. Let me tell you that. Going forward, moving forward, this is what spoils fan bases. And a lot of people in your fan base are spoiled. They need to humble themselves. And, you know, I told them long season. They were like coming at me, you know what I mean? I told you long season. How shit are we? How shit?
You didn't tell us long season for you though.
How shit is Liverpool? No, people. How shit is Liverpool? And we're sitting what 6 points clear or something? It's mad. 8, even more. It's mad. Courtesy of what? I don't give a shit, man. Whoop whoop. You know what I mean? Bring him.
And next up for Chelsea is Man City.
Long season.
Man City at the bridge. So I'm going to bring in Hugh here. Man City drew 1-1, held by Everton. Surprisingly, Demarai Gray banger. That's all he seems to score. Cuts in and bangs it top corner.
Yeah, that's a proper goal from Demarai.
Yeah, but yeah, Hugh, a bit on that, and then obviously we move on to Chelsea away. Yeah, Matisse will start with the predictions, but give us your thoughts on City.
Yeah, listen, long day yesterday. Not our best day at the office. I thought we were onto something. I thought we were starting to click into that sort of second half of the season rhythm that I keep talking about. After we beat Liverpool, great performance. Then we beat Leeds. And listen, I'm not gonna play the blame game on yesterday's thing. The whole team as a collective unit were very poor, but there were circumstances that didn't allow us to get into our own game, and I have to give Everton credit for that. You know, the time waste and the dive on the floor, that the referee's earpiece stopped working. There was never an opportunity for us to really get into gear. But Everton played a great game. I don't know Pep's selection sometimes. I don't know why he didn't go with Cancelo and Walker. Big up Rico Lewis. I think he's great. But when you're in the trenches and you're in these games where you need the 3 points, like I said last week, and some of you didn't accept it, every single win, no matter who it's against or where it is absolutely massive. So yesterday was a massive game. I would have gone with Foden. I would have gone with Grealish. I think the Grealish-Mahrez thing doesn't work. They just cancel each other out. Grealish is doubled and tripled up on leaving more space for Mahrez, which he doesn't utilize. He's not good enough for us right now. So, listen, it was a tough day. 7-point gap. Am I panicking? No, not at all. We're 2 points worse off than we were at this stage last season. After game week 16 last season, we only had 2 more points than we do now. Also, last season, we were told that Chelsea were going to go on, and they were top of the league at 1 point. We've been 11 points behind Liverpool at 1 point and gone on to win it. We've been 8 points behind Man United with 6 games to go and gone on to win it. I'm not taking anything away from Arsenal. They've been absolutely fantastic. The performances, the efficiency, everything brilliant. I don't want to take away from them at all. But I'm not a panic stations one bit. And listen, having watched Chelsea today, I think there's no other team I'd rather play more. I'm going to Stamford Bridge on Thursday. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a great game to play and show that we're not going anywhere anytime soon. And hopefully maybe Newcastle can do us a favour against Arsenal during the week and get the gap back. Arsenal still have to come to our place. We still have to go to theirs. It's far from over as far as I'm concerned.
So, you feel like it's a different City now in terms of maybe defensively as well? I think defensively, very, very suspect. I think it's not the same defensively. Obviously, Mahrez needs to step up. Do you think it's different now? I know you're confident. Listen, City are relentless when they got going, but are you not the same feeling a little bit about City this year?
It's not that I don't think we're the same. I think he just needs to be more set on who he picks. It's obvious when there's no Kyle Walker. It's a massive, massive miss in the defensive area of the pitch. We're missing Ruben Diaz and his stability. I don't like when Akanji would say Laporte or Stones. There's no leader there. It doesn't work. I thought both of their positioning for Demarai Gray's goal is questionable yesterday. I think he just needs to tweak a few things. It's just a matter of time before it clicks. We've seen sprinkles so far this season of great performances. Hate to bring it up, but when you held 6 against us, absolutely fantastic performance. And that front 3 that day was Grealish, Haaland, Foden. We haven't seen that front 3 since. So I don't understand Pep's selection sometimes. I don't think it's a different City. It's just a matter of a few tweaks. And when it clicks, I think we'll be fine.
Can I ask one question? You're playing Everton at home, and one of the things that's strange from looking from the outside is the way that he's refusing to trust his squad in terms of substitutions. Yeah, He brings on Alvarez, Gundogan, and Foden in the 88th minute, expecting what exactly? Like, why is he not? You got such talent. Look at the 3 players I just mentioned. They walk into most teams, eyes closed, and he's not utilizing them. Like, what's the thinking behind that? Do you think, man? Is that a stubborn side to him? Because he hasn't done that a few times. Like again against Villa, you drew 1-1 as well a few weeks ago, whatever. You know, there's a couple of surprising results in there where he's refusing to change it up. Like normally we think of him to do mad changes.
This has been an issue with Pep since we got him. His unwillingness to use substitutes. I mean, I spoke already about the actual selection of the starting 11. I don't understand why Phil Foden wasn't playing. Maybe he thought we were just going to beat Everton with ease, and you could rest Foden for Chelsea twice and United and Spurs coming up. I do get that to an extent, but I still think Foden should have played. Yeah, it's been an issue with Pep for a long time. It's his stubbornness. You're spot on. I can't defend that. I think his timing of substitutes is often really poor, and there's some games we go through where he doesn't make a substitute at all. I think that game was crying out for a Julian Alvarez or a Foden, maybe not so much Gundogan, even though Bernardo wasn't offering anything at all. Everybody, to a man, was poor yesterday. Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland was rattled by Ben Godfrey. It was just all over the place yesterday, and I put it down as a blip. I put it down as a blunder. I'm not panicking at all.
Yeah.
Cool. Before predictions, let me just get in the super chats that have come in on the subject. Mid says, Hugh, thoughts on Foden missing from first 11? And panel, do you still think Foden is clear of Saka? Rio reckons Saka wins the Young Player of the Year, by the way.
I don't think Foden's clear of Saka. I think it's a strange one. I can't understand why Foden hasn't started any of the last 2 games. I think, I don't know, the Young Player of the Year. Yeah, Saka's probably.
Based on this season, you have to base it on what you see and on the context.
Yeah. Saka's doing more. Foden had a great first half of the season. He was banging in goals for fun. But since, in the last few weeks, he's gone missing, hasn't he? And he hasn't been picked. So Saka's
not even missing. He's not been picked. Yeah, that's not Foden's fault. Yeah.
Darwin, son of GRIZZ Teta again. Matisse and Potable in the mud. Spuds and Tobes twerking in depression. Liverpool and United, we move in silence. This guy's putting in fucking phrases together and all that. I said it pre-World Cup and you dismissed me. Brighton made Potter look better than he is. You can tell he ain't cut for this level from the way he speaks.
The fact that he picked him up where Chris Hughton left him, and if you don't remember where Chris Hughton left them, then that's thank you for the super chat.
Waiting for the top tier players we're gonna get, so excuses run out for Potter, and our quote project can actually start when he's gone. He's very uninspiring. And Tevin says, did you just compare Arsenal and Chelsea's rebuild? They are about to spend 100 million on one player, nowhere near the same.
My overall point was just patience. I'm not comparing money spent, just patience.
Mudit says, Matisse, winter is coming. Us Chelsea fans need to be thankful that with Bowley in charge, the winter will last only 1 season and not 20 like Arsenal. But we need to slog through the next 5 months. Well, how many years was it before Roman that you lot was fucking in winter, mate? How many years was it before Roman? Your summer came with Roman. Don't ever forget that. But you're probably like 15 years old, so you won't know what's going on. All right, we move. Look, Matisse will usually jump in there.
No, I'm conscious of time. It's 11 o'clock. I don't want to get into arguments. It's not necessary.
Say no more. Save it for the next one. I know you got to do your stream soon as well. You're the home team, so a prediction for Chelsea, Man City.
Is this? Oh Jesus, Premier League.
Come on, man. Come on.
We're at home.
Yeah, at home, man. Chelsea. Chelsea.
Let me do some reverse psychology. 2-1 Man City.
Get out of here, man. Even my lowest low, I didn't predict whatever.
I'm going 3-1 Man City. Hugh?
Angry response time. Angry response. 3-0.
Oh. 3-0. Oh. Tell us more, Hughie.
We're made of sterner stuff than that. We've got big balls. Watch and see.
Shit, man.
3-0, SAEED.
Talk that talk.
I'm going to go with City to win 2-0.
2-0. GRIZZ?
2-1 City.
2-1 City. TOBS?
2-1 Man City.
2-1 Man City. Everyone's gone for it away. City win. Listen, I know Matisse has got to leave shortly for a stream on his channel. So after this one ends, make sure you go show some love to Matisse on his channel. Link is in the description below. Make sure you subscribe to all of the man them. We are going to have to whiz through Liverpool and Man United. So yeah, where should we start?
No, mine's nothing to talk about, man. Luckiest.
Yours is more interesting than SAEED's, man.
Yo, you want to stream or you don't want to stream? So let me just say, yeah, luckiest win. We take it, man. We've been unlucky. Sometimes you have to be lucky. We were very lucky. Ugly performance. One of the worst performances I've ever seen. And I said so. That first half an hour for me was worse than Nottingham Forest, was worse than Leeds at home, was ugly, proper nasty. But somehow, somewhere, we've got 4 wins in a row and we're in striking distance. Now, when I mean striking distance, I mean striking distance of Champions League spots, which a lot of people were saying, nah, you're not getting it. And I was very adamant that we're going to get it. And I'm still hella confident that we're going to get it. But yeah, we need to up it performance-wise. It was ugly.
And who you got next? Brentford away.
We got tomorrow morning. Yeah, we go again. Raw hat is on. It's going to be cold. I'm going. You know what I mean? Shout me if anyone's going to be there. We talk. But yeah, Brentford's going to be nasty, man. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even confident of a win. But I'm going to back my team unlike certain brothers. I'm going to say 1-0 Liverpool.
Going 1-0 Liverpool. TOBS.
I'm going to say 2-2.
2-2.
Oh, Tony is available. Oh.
50-50, man. 50-50.
Oh,
he didn't train.
Like injury.
Yeah, 50-50.
2-1 Liverpool.
Get out of here if you think we're going to win at Brentford.
2-1 Liverpool. I'm going 2-1 Liverpool as well. Matthew?
2-0 Liverpool.
2-0. SAEED?
2-1 Liverpool.
Come on, it's not a science test, man. Fuck.
He's really wanting to win this league. He's top now.
Yeah, he's taking serious now.
Right, Ivan Tony in it. That might be out, isn't it?
Cool. United 1-0 away win to Wolves. Rashford dropped. Rashford comes on, wins it, and you got Bournemouth next. People want you to speak on Anthony as well.
Why do we have to have like a dissection on Anthony? Ash Iron, this guy's an Anthony here. Every stream is in my chat. Anthony. He actually played better than he played against Thingy in midweek, Nottingham Forest. But listen, Anthony will get better, man. Just give him time to, listen. Other £100 million players are getting time, so we'll give him time to Anthony. But tough game, man. Wolves, man. I was there, cold, wet. You know what I mean? It's ugly game. Wolves, I don't know what it is with them, man. They're just awkward. They never look like scoring, apart from the end when they had the David Gea chance. But they're just so ugly, awkward. You know what I mean? That guy's got the pressing, energy in midfield. I just think it was just an awkward game. And I thought Rashford just changed the game. Rashford and Fred changed the game for me. He came on, gave us energy in that midfield. We started to press high up the pitch. Eriksen was very, very poor. Like I said, by his standards, I think he needs a rest. He needs time away from the team. And then man, Rashford, the guy's on form. He's the one. He's the guy. He's our savior right now. Without Rashford at the minute, I'm not gonna lie to you. Up front, it's a bit smelly because Martial.
Why is it a bit smelly? You got 100 million, man. Yeah.
Listen, because at the end of the day, he's stepping up. Rashford's stepping up, and the rest of them need to follow suit. I know Martial got his goal in midweek, and I know what quality he brings us. But Rashford this season has scored in big games. He's producing when it matters. So I've got to give Rashford his due praise. So now it was ugly, but I'm so glad we won that game because I'm looking at the weekend we've seen today, and it was a vital 3 points. You know what I mean? And resilient. Nobody's talking about Varane. Varane's been amazing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you know the stats, but I think he's only conceded. I think 4 goals with Varane this season while he's been playing, and most of them were against Man City. So Varane, Luke Shaw, centre back, slotted in well. Wan-Bissaka, listen, I know a lot of people don't rate Wan-Bissaka, but he's been very, very good last 2 games. So I think defensively we're resilient. We're showing a bit more, kind of fighting there in the back. So like I said, I'm more than happy for me. We keep rolling on, man. That's what we're doing right now. We keep rolling on, picking up the points. We're now 4th. A game in hand over Spurs over there. So listen, I'm not complaining. I'm very, very happy at the minute. And we got Bournemouth, who they're not in the greatest of form. They're not in the greatest of form at all. I expect a very, very comfortable game. I'm gonna go with United to win 3-0.
Just a really quick question for Saeed. You couldn't just tell me a bit about this,
bro. Why do you need to go off the camera and just say that? Like, why you just speak on it?
My camera's on. I have a question.
Yeah.
Saeed, who's asking you the question?
Sorry, go on.
Sorry,
you all right?
No. I was just I was seeing if Toby's gonna talk to me because he's on mute. Go on.
No, I was just gonna ask you about this title charge.
Listen, what I
Did you say title charge and his
for them.
Huey. If you were watching the stream, did I say title charge or did someone in the stream say it? Yes or no?
No, I saw you were kind of like, yeah, this could happen. You were feeling it. You were feeling it. Top by January. If we're top by January, we can make a title charge.
Let's read it. Arsenal beat Newcastle. Man United beat Bournemouth. Chelsea beat Man City.
Yeah.
And Man United beat Man City. Man United are 2nd in the Premier League. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
It's
subliminal, man. We're just testing the waters here, man. We're just
Why
do you always have to test the waters? I don't think I've ever seen you move inside.
We're testing the waters out here,
man. So every day, let me make my experiments. Let me, you know what I mean? Let me see what's going on in it. Like
that's what I should have said about
never works.
I should have said I'm testing the waters with that tweet. That's what I should have said.
I'm just testing the waters, man. Let me just test the waters. Let me just experiment in it. But Huey, let me go back to your question. I didn't say it though. So at the end of the day, if it's come out of my mouth, I'll explain that. But I did not say we're on a title charge. Yes or no, Huey?
I'm telling you, man, on this guy's channel, he's rallying an army of rags. Army of rags.
When you have time, go SAEED TV, My United Unfiltered podcast. Say it.
Over on the SAEED TV channel, man, they're plotting.
Bro, it's Andy. Andy Tate said what he had to say. I'm big up Andy Tate, but listen.
I saw your reactions.
Yeah, man.
We'll keep moving.
And who's on the Twitter account right now? Who's on the Twitter account?
Why?
On your Twitter?
No, on the Twitter account.
What happened?
Who's on the Big Six Twitter account?
What happened?
What happened?
Did the extra admins get a hold of it?
Yeah, someone got admin. You know, it's go THUGGERY. I know what you're doing. Yeah, but yeah, 3-0 to United. That's how I'm going with.
3-0, GRIZZ.
3-0 as well, man.
I'll be different. Sorry, I'll be different. 2-0. United at home, right?
Yeah, United at home. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, 3-0. In fact, 2-0.
2-0. Matisse.
4-1.
1. 2-0 for me as well.
It's so depressing.
Yeah,
United have played three teams right at the bottom of the table, so like I can't predict anything other than a win, and it's frustrating me.
Why is it frustrating you?
Don't worry, man. You play the tough team soon again. Don't worry. Smile all you want. Smile all you want.
Ian Nasa coming back, man. Don't worry, man.
3-0.
We're just testing the waters. Don't worry.
You.
yeah, exactly. Just testing the waters.
And I don't like this idea that we're playing easy teams because the easy teams we're beating you lot after you lot, mate. So you know,
2-0 United.
2-0 United. Cool. That is all predictions in. There's still 9.5k here. We've already passed 3,000 likes. Let's get it up to 5,000 while I just run through the last 10 super chats I have here. We're going to run through them. Not much time to kind of, engage back with you guys. Apologies. Love for the love. You know what it is already, but we're past 2 hours and Matisse has got a stream to do. As a United fan, wow, I never thought Benny Blanco would reach levels like this. Big up Philippe, Newcastle fan. He said, disappointing result for us, but we'll get top 4. Liverpool have no midfield and Chelsea and Spurs a mess. Arsenal look like Liverpool in 1920. Big up, lads. Great show. Philippe, actually, do me a favor and message me. And if you can set up your internet for tomorrow morning, then me and you do box to box for AFTV. Message me on Instagram, my guy. Tevin says, I usually hate saying this test argument, but the next 3 games is the test we must pass. If we get 6-7 out of the next 3 games, it's peak for the rest of the league. Big up, Tevin. Hope you're good. Jez says, I'll photograph the Big 6 link up. Shout me, the eye of JA on most platforms. P.S. I see TOBS swigging that cider. You need something stronger, my bro.
Not cider, Supermalt.
Book him up still, man.
Jez, message me, my guy, and I'll check it afterwards. And love for the offer as well, because, yeah, we'll really appreciate that. So, yeah, we'll make it happen. Dragon says, Spurs had a good window, but Conte chased away too many good, decent players in Ndombele, Bergwijn, Reguilon, Winks, and kept Dyer, Sanchez, and Lucas. Dennis says, the fact that Thiago Silva was trying to single-handedly organize the midfield while having to pass and be alert was shocking from that team. Big up Joshua, my guy. Big up all the Big 6 community and Curtis Shaw and Deluded Gooner. Turkish, my presenter who got me vexed when he said he wasn't a good presenter. Now look at you pushing the levels with my show. We move. Happy New Year. I still don't think I'm a good presenter. I can direct the conversation and all that, but it is what it is. Love for the love.
Who said that? Who said you're not a good presenter?
I did.
Oh, I thought someone's coming for you. I was bringing out weapons, bro. I was bringing out weapons, bro.
Chris is gonna slap him up.
No, we don't do. Yeah, I thought someone. I was gonna thank someone for the super chat and shit, but yeah, but it's Joshua. He's big up Joshua every time anyway. I thought he's talking about someone else.
OG mod in the building, my guy, man. Hope you're well.
Yeah. Joshua's a legend.
Jeremy says, seeing Tottenham's downfall was amazing to watch. Also, Anthony is a bum. Pepe 2.0.
Bloody hell, mate. Just go back.
Say that again. No, but it's true though. A lot. Look, we haven't had a chance to, like, Nunes got it and Son's getting it and Grealish has got it.
Anthony ain't got it. Finished 100%.
Anthony ain't got
Well,
it.
we had an hour segment.
Not Anthony. We ain't done Anthony.
Man, when we had an hour segment.
And then no.
You're relaxed, man. You Anthony score tomorrow. Score tomorrow, man.
We'll save it for another one. I'm sure we're going to get another chance. Ryan says, watch Chelsea beat City now. You lot have all gone against them. At the bridge, under the lights, Arsenal beat Newcastle.
Shut up, man. Trying to hype up the atmosphere. Under the lights.
I'm telling you, the Chelsea lights are some shit lights at the moment.
You know what I mean?
BP says, question for SAEED. Do you think Rashford coming on and scoring makes Ten Hag look silly? Yes, no?
No, because it's principles, isn't it? You know what I mean? He came late for a meeting and you get discipline. You've got to do that, man. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right, people, still 9.3k here. Like I said, Matisse is doing a stream after this. GRIZZ just finished the stream before this, so make sure you show some love to the team. SAEED just finished the stream before this. All channel links are in the description below. HUGH, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, and THUGGERY. So make sure you're supporting the man then. There's a lot of new people watching tonight. Make sure you're subscribed right here. Make sure you're on the official channel too, because we're bringing that content thick and fast over there. So make sure you show some love, people, all round to the whole team. Big 2023 in store. Love for the love in 2022. 23 is due to be bigger. We'll be back. I forgot when it was. I think it's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, straight after the Chelsea City game, 10:30 p.m. Might be a bit sooner. I'll talk to HUGH and Matisse and see what they have planned. But if not, 10:30 p.m. Thursday, we are back. Big 6 Extra should be Friday. I'll talk to the team over there and see when we can do that one. That's on the official channel, so make sure you're over there, people. Hope you guys have enjoyed another show that's overrun past 2 hours. So make sure you're showing some love all around, people, because it's not meant to be a 2-hour show, but quite often we're hitting 2 hours. Love for the love, people. We're out. Tune in Thursday. Next show. Peace.
This show is sponsored by Manscaped, the leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming. Are you a big dog? If you are, go grab your discount. Use code TB620 at manscaped.com. It's what the big dogs do.